Who knows the
how do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them?
What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
One, two, 1, 2. Double L's broadcasting solo tonight. Welcome back, comrades. It's Rise Above.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, abstract.
Now, first things first, before I say anything, can we just establish that everyone can hear me? Because, like, the last couple of times we've done a live show, we've gone full in on the intro, right, and then, like, we had the mic turned off or something. Can everybody hear me clearly? I'll wait for some feedback. Oi, oi, Double L. Big up Dave Tomo, Terry Sutherland, Artist Liaison Officer, the Soviet Union Survivor, Flashback. Who else have we got here? 72 people tuned in so far. So, yeah, guys, it's good to be back. I hope you enjoyed some of the little Insta 360 videos I made and showed you in the intro there. A few of the bits and pieces I was getting up to in Thailand. What was your favourite part? Was it the big Buddha? Was it walking over that Masonic like sun symbol as I went into that lighthouse? Was it rollerblading past tuk-tuks and motorbikes? It was all good fun. It's Rise Above. Now you might notice I am all on my own tonight. Andy PG, bastard, and Becky S are still over in Thailand. They've got an extra week. They came a week later than us, and so we spent about 5 or 6 days with them. And as you can see from the videos, it was pretty awesome. It wasn't the hugest sort of adventure or tour that I've done in the past. More of a holiday for the first week with the Empress. But when Becky and Andy arrived, yes, we did some exploring. We managed to capture some pretty good content. And the most important thing is we had a bit of downtime and a bit of a recharge. Because as you can imagine, apart from having full-on lives, doing this show all year long, putting out at least, 33 episodes a year, it can take it out of us. And it's very important for us to recapitulate, as it were. Yeah, so big shout out to everyone tuned in. The reason I've done a live show tonight, or attempting to do a live show on my own, which if it's not very good, I will apologise in advance. Normally, I've got my trusty compadre, my co-host Andy PG here with me, to chew the rabbit collectively and to bounce off each other. But like a lot of streamers, and believe it or not, a lot of content creators, a lot of streamers do stream live solo. Someone just said, "Speak up, I can't hear you." Can everyone hear me? Sounds a tad a bit low. That is 1 2 1 2. 1 sec. That is very strange. Check 1 2 1 2. Can everyone hear me clearly? Is that better? How weird is that? Maybe I should put that auto gain control back on again. Let's put that back on. Yeah, is that better? Okay, yeah. All right, some people are saying it sounds fine. All good on sound. Yeah, well, you know what, guys? If I'm a bit quiet, it might really be as simple as turning up the volume your end. Obviously, I do have a little graphic equalizer here, and I try not to like redline or anything like that. So yeah, I'm doing the stream alone tonight. The reason I thought it would be important to stop in with you guys before having like a full live show prepared or anything is, apart from there's a few announcements about what's coming up with Rise Above, I also think it's quite important. Well, me and PG were talking a lot over the holiday, right? And, you know, from all the feedback and you know, all the customer services and all the times that we get to interact with you lot, what we're getting back is it's not always about the content that we're bringing or, you know, going down the particular rabbit holes or the exposés. It's about providing the meet-up place on a Friday night. And so we do feel a duty of care towards the Ramish community. Oh, right, so Milwana is saying the volume's been shit on lots of channels today. Oh, I'm getting some correspondence here. Right, okay, that's all good. Thank you, Rebecca from Anarchapulco. We are now connected on Skype. I might have dropped a little bit of a bomb there. Okay, so yeah, we've had some volume issues in the last couple of shows, always to do with the music. So I'm buying a new mixer, which is coming in the next couple of days. So if we do have any issues just while we're speaking, you've got to let me know about it, guys. You've got to let me know. So tonight, I have a few announcements. We will be playing some bite size, but obviously we are live as well. Big up Slick Rick making the bite size. And I might be speaking to one or two people. First of all, right, I have to give you lot a shout out because the last live show that we did was off the scale. The customer services, what date was it now? This would have been, oh yeah, I've got it here, the 17th of November, was probably the best customer services we've ever done. We had literally back-to-back calls, absolutely back-to-back calls, and it seemed like a lot of people had stuff to get off their chests. We had a lot of people calling for the first time, and I think it is probably something to do with the fact that we've got this phone line number now. We've got, you know, so it's a lot easier for you guys to get hold of us. So we will be doing the next customer services. Andy PG, hello there. What time is it in Thailand, PG? Feel free to give me a buzz, mate. Don't leave me hanging here. Milwana says, just today, Lance, it's been weird. There's been some volume issues. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I got back to work yesterday, I went in today, and I opened up my email, and Al Gore had sent me an email, YouTube violations, and I actually had to spend over 2 hours on and off doing YouTube violation training, like literally to stop us getting strikey poos and stuff like that, and more, you know, sort of restrictions and stuff. I had to go through this compliance training about Eminem, you know, that ethical information, and what was the other one? Hate speech, cyber harassment, bullying. So yeah, I had to do quite a lot of YouTube compliance training today to sort of protect the channel. But sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. One thing that I did find out was some quite useful information. In fact, if some parts say absolutely vital information. It's all to do with if you were, for instance, to present what would be deemed a dangerous conspiracy theory or a damaging piece of misinformation, whether it would be to do with the pharmaceutical industry or any other topic, as long as you counter it with some countering information, it actually makes it okay. It's about promoting them. So anyway, I found that very useful today. It's 4:14 here. I'll call in soon. Big shout out to Andy PG. So yeah, straight back to reality. Who's this? Also had to you know. Let me just send this message because this is important. It is to do with the show, I promise. Hopefully we'll be talking to someone in a very short word. Glitterati said the word compliance got wedged in your throat chakra. Yeah, it certainly did. It certainly did. Dave Tomo's brought up quite an interesting point there. Time traveller. Because Andy PG in his part of the holosphere or the crater, it's 4:14 in the morning. So big shout to Andy PG for being up at 4:14 in the morning. Okay, now I know we keep going on about this, but it's going to be big. Next week, a week today, the 22nd of December, Jason Brashear's Archaics is coming back on the show. I've coined it the AI Xmas special, but here's a preface, which I know we said this last week in the shoddy Thailand broadcast. We're not going to necessarily be talking about the Phoenix event and AIX and the chronology particularly. What we're going to be doing is actually going a little bit deeper into Jason's theories about how his work relates to what's going on now, and especially the unsealing of the apocalypse, and the first and the second seal that he's already sort of mentioned. Oh, that's an interesting comment we got there. Paul Spaghetti Legs, I Can't Ride a Horse. That's an awesome screen name. What's this channel all about? How would we, Ramily, Rise Above Crew, how would we explain what this channel is all about? That's a long story. I guess you just have to watch and find out. Yeah, Rise and Shine here says that Jason Brashear is the final boss at the bottom of the rabbit hole. It's like if me and Andy PG were like Mario and Luigi, this guy's Bowser. Bowser. There we go. I coined it first.
Gosh.
Let me just get that fucking hee button ready to go, honestly. If only Andy PG were here, things would be working much smoother.
Come on!
That's right. Michael, thank you very much, Green Diesel. Yeah, very, very excited to be speaking to Jason next week. And we are going to be talking to him about topics that we've never talked to him before. Now, I don't know if anyone else follows someone else called... Oh, I've got a call. Let me just make sure that we are... No, that didn't work. Someone is trying to call me. Hello, you're through to Rise Above. Can you hear me? Ah, but you are not connected to the Queef Master. Why is that happening? Hold on there, Rebecca, one sec. I'm going to call you back when I've got this connected up properly. Hold on.
No worries.
Let me just press this button here or something. One sec. This is what happens when you have to do a show on your own. Okay, right. So I'm just going to jump ahead to our very, very important announcement. Where's it gone? Rise Above. I can't find the slide now. Oh my God, what is going on? Okay, so Rise Above has been asked to be part of something called Anarchapulco. If anyone has ever heard of Jeff Berwick, the Dollar Vigilante, he's an excellent creator. I've been following him for a while. And I'm just going to about to get Rebecca Steele on the phone, right? Okay, let me just get her up and call her now. And this should work, even though I haven't got my... Hello, Rebecca, you're through to Rise Above. Can you hear me? No, that is not working. That is... One sec. Hold on. I'm going to call you on WhatsApp. Oh, no. See, that works then. We could hear that. I'm going to call... Let me try again. That's better. Hello, Rebecca. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Welcome to Rise Above. Rebecca, you've got to treat this exactly the same as a normal phone call. So if you've got the stream on, turn the volume off. Now, you are the stage manager for an event called Anarchapulco, correct?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Now, for anyone, I'm just going to get some stuff on the screen here so people can see. For anyone that has never heard of this event before, can you give us the lowdown about what this conference is all about that's happening in, I almost said Anarchapulco, in Acapulco in Mexico in February?
Hey, you get points for being able to say Anarchapulco anyway.
It's not easy, is
It's
it?
a bit of a tongue twister. No, we try to make it hard to weed out the dumb people, you know. So it is an event that is going into the 10th year, and it is these days, the iteration is a 5-day conference and 6 nights of entertainment, and it's held in Acapulco in Mexico, and it's always been in that location, and it was founded and is still run overall by Jeff Berwick, who is a very well-known guy in the crypto get out of the usual jurisdiction kind of live in no taxable country kind of a escapee, and he's actually living it. Like, he's originally a Canadian, but he's been down in Mexico for quite a few years, and I've really got to know him in the last little while, which has been amazing, because he was kind of like this dude who you'd maybe meet after working at the event for 3 years kind of thing. And I've been hanging out with him a bit because of the hurricane relief. So on the event runs in February, and on the 27th of October, there was a massive surprise Cat 5 hurricane event that smashed through Acapulco and the venue and all of the regional area there. So we, through Jeff's Dollar Vigilante channels and stuff, they raised about $450,000 US.
Wow.
And I know, huge amount of money. And so I went down and did a bit of, and with some of our other parts of the team, did recovery work, basically from the luxury home of Jeff Berwick's bloody absolutely smashed luxury home that's up on this hill overlooking the beautiful Acapulco Bay, and it was just absolutely like just a sort of a shell, I guess, because all the glass had blown out at the front, but the house was still operational, and we're sending out food and medicine and God knows what to all of these people in the local area. So it's it's been eye-opening. There's been some absolutely amazing people come and help with that as well, and real practical thinkers, and people driving their own vehicles around in these freaking gnarly conditions, with trees down and power lines down and all this sort of thing. So anyway, the short of that is we're still running the damn event. We are making it happen.
That's great to
hear.
The
venue is actually, if people are even, like, Anarchapulco.com is where you find the information. All of the speakers are on there. I've got, there's only one or two that haven't been put on the speaker page, and the entertainment page has still got to go up for the live entertainment. But we do have people doing virtual presentations, and that's where Rise Above comes. And I'm so stoked that you guys are part of it.
Listen, when you contacted us, I was blown away, because obviously, I know about the event as sort of like the pinnacle of what everyone's trying to do in our movement. And obviously I've been following Dollar Vigilante as well. And just to know that you guys have even seen our show was a very big moment for us.
You can thank Jason Archaic for that one.
Yeah.
The breadcrumbs are amazing, though. Honestly, like, I feel like, I moderate my content watching. I really have cut back, to be honest. But I've been living in Mexico and on my own, and so I watched a few of your shows, and it was because of Jason finding them. But I found Jason through Max Egan. And I found Max Egan and Dollar Vigilante through a friend from Bali telling me to watch them. And I moved to Mexico after watching them, started working for Anarchapulco. And I just feel like there's ways of presenting the information that you guys do just so well. Like, I saw one you did that was, Jimmy Savile-esque, and I was like, oh man, what a filthy, toad. But the way you guys present things, and it's tough, but it's funny as crap. And I just think that's what we need. So, thanks for having that attitude, and the production value of your show is fantastic. And
it's not so good tonight because I'm doing it on my own. I've been bodging it really badly tonight because I haven't got Andy PG with me.
Oh, tech stuff is hard as well. If you try to press all the buttons and do it all yourself, and yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I don't even know what you guys are going to put together for me. Well, I'm kind of excited.
What I'm thinking is, right, because I've looked at the lineup and you've said that you guys are super duper solutions based, right? And I've looked at what everyone else is offering, and I think what we're going to try and offer is an insight into post-Soviet above-Risian Ramish philosophy. And what I mean by that is the unique approach that I think we've sort of fostered here to be able to make yourself mentally and spiritually resilient to all the stuff that's going on. So, you've got people talking about financial independence. There's a whole list of all of the skills and stuff that are going to be on offer at this event. What we're going to try and do is obviously bring the lighter side and the satire and the comedy, but really sort of like show, if people haven't seen Rise Above before, like what we think is the way to literally rise above a lot of the stuff and all the crap that's being thrown at us. We talk about all the solutions here as well. We have people talking about permaculture, crypto, being a digital nomad, mushroom medicine, all of this kind of stuff, and that's all great. But I think what our niche at Rise Above is the way that we dissect the clown world stuff. So yeah, I reckon what we're going to hopefully do is give your viewership and everyone that invests in this conference a little crash course into the way that we've been recording the history of the Soviet Union, and maybe they'll get a little bit of the Ramish alphabet, the ABC. But listen, Rebecca, we are absolutely stoked to be asked to be a part of this, and although it's only virtual, it's really special for us. So it's going to be, I think, we'll have a real nice little session. We'll do a recording, and I hope it goes down well for everyone.
That's awesome. And we really appreciate you just reminding everyone over the next few months as well. And there's definitely the virtual tickets are only $150 and the content it's 5 full days of all the presentations are live streamed as well. So if someone buys the virtual ticket, they can hook in at any time that week, and then they can watch the replay. So you get the lifetime replays, and that's $150. And then if they use your code, they'll get 10% off that. So it's
and I have the link on the screen right now, and our referral code is Rise Above. See, even using that. Look, see the Schwab code? We've got the Schwab code there, so you can scan it with your phone. We like to use their technology as well, because at the end of the day, all of this stuff, it's a tool. It's a tool. It has to be harnessed, and I think that's where possibly what you guys at Anarchapulco and us at Rise Above have a bit of a synergy, is that we don't necessarily shun all of this new tech that's coming that could be used for control, and it could be used to subvert and subjugate us, i.e. QR codes, i.e. AI. We're of the mindset that it's better to know about this stuff and to master it and make it work for you before you're made to work for it. You with me?
That's fair enough. And no, we we're coming out of the I guess the totally shadow banned, and we're giving all the sort of socials a go again. But Anarchapulco, we just haven't been using any of those kind of advertising techniques. But this year we've finally got the Instagram back up and all these other Kabbalistic kind of things, and but luckily it's what I was going to say with that is I sent out a video that was made purely from AI, which was our Insta Ready promo video. So we're using it. We've got and I mean I'm super grateful that there's people in the team who are those people, who are those tech people, because I'm like, you know what, I can do it, but I just go, you know what, I'd rather someone else did. So I'm just the one who deals with all the speakers and tries to get people to give me things on time. And you guys have been awesome to deal with, by the way. You know, just people who are responsive make things so much easier. But it's going to be a great. I've actually got a interview today for one of the other speakers who's not on the list yet, but Vinny Eastwood. I don't know if you've heard.
I have heard of Vinny Eastwood. I've seen some of his stuff. Andy PG has already been on at me to get him on the show because he's wicked. So you've also got Shiva Shampoo. I see Shiva Shampoo's doing a presentation. He's coming on our show on February the 2nd. We're going to be talking about the Mandela effect with him.
Great! That's so awesome. Yeah, Shiva's going great guns, and he deserves to. He's a wordsmith, though. Oh my God. I talk to him a bit, and we have like these great big long conversations, and I need to go have a sleep afterwards.
I feel like I've got a bit of a synergy with Shiva, because he's a musician as well, and he's a slick talker. He's a very good presenter. When I saw him with Jason Archaics and he was talking, I was quite blown away. The way he was delivering the information was very concise. It was entertaining. He's he speaks well on the mic and everything, so really looking forward to speaking to him. Going back to what you were saying about the promo video for Anarchapulco, I was actually going to play it, the YouTube video, but I had a quick scan through it before, and there was a couple of words in it which I was really scared to play on the show. The word genocide was used next to the old Britney Spears concert, and after I had to do some YouTube compliance training this morning. It took almost 2 hours. I had to go through and learn all about, those things that we keep getting bent over for medical, that one, and the disinformation and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, so I apologise. I didn't play the video for Anarchapulco because there were a few, what should we call them, algal buzzwords in there, and I was a little bit scared because we're on a warning at the moment. But if anybody does want to Google Anarchapulco or go onto YouTube, all of the promo videos are on there. If you want to take part, if you can even make it out to Mexico, or you want to get the virtual ticket and support Rise Above, please scan the QR code which is on the screen. It also will give, it helps us out, and it's a fantastic thing to be a part of.
Yeah, brilliant. And look, if you do have any songs that you want to throw towards me, I'll put it in the program as well. So I really want to get some of Shiva's tongue harp or mouth harp, what's it called? The mouth harp.
He does mouth harp?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I've only heard him sing. I've just heard him singing a tune. I didn't know.
Oh my God. It's unbelievable. Check his YouTube.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and have another look. I've just seen that someone has already scanned the QR code, so big shout out to everyone that's going over to the Anarchapulco website. Have a look through the speakers there. You've got King David Icke himself is doing a virtual presentation. Max Egan, there's a whole host of amazing researchers, authors, creators on there. So yeah, guys, go and check it out. Yeah, love to see you guys there. You'll see me on stage, and yeah, definitely. Thanks very much for being part of it, and enjoy getting back into UK groove. I will, and I'll enjoy hosting the rest of the show on my own. I'm starting to feel a little bit more at home now. I now know that Andy PG's not here. I'm in the groove. I'm feeling all right. Rebecca, it's been great to talk to you. And the next time we talk, we're going to be doing the recording for Anarchapulco. So we're going to chat on email a lot in between now and then. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So is Andy PG. Great to chat to you.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
Rise above.
Rise above, generate, rise above.
See you later, Rebecca. Wicked. Honestly, guys, you don't know how made up I am about this connection. We were so... And people keep asking, is this live? Yes, this is 100% live. That's why I'm on my own. Andy PG is still in Thailand. I am in the studio in the UK at Rise Above HQ, and I am broadcasting live. Oh, someone else just scanned the QR code. Yes. So we are going to be appearing virtually at Anarchapulco 2024. Freedom is rising. See the using the phoenix there as well. See that in the logo? Notice that one. So, Andy PG, do you want to give me a call now, or do you want me to play a 15-minute bite size? Let me know in the comments. Big shout out to Green Diesel. Thank you very much. Thought Criminal. I see you there. You miss Andy PG. Yeah, me too. Me too. So we were talking about Shiva Shampoo. He was coming on the show on February the 2nd. And I believe we were also talking about the Nelson Mandela effect. The Mandela effect, or localized micro Nelsons, where you just remember something wrong. So as Andy PG hasn't replied, I'm just going to play this. This is a bite size. This is RAW episode 72. And was this the last time we talked about the Mandela effect? I'm sure we talked about it since then, but I'm going to play it anyway. Here we go. I am really, really glad that Mark Bayeski mentioned the CERN Large Hadron Collider, Large Particle Collider, whatever it's called.
Nice segue.
LHC. Very nice segue. Very synchronistic, shall we say. Now, everyone's watching. I'm assuming you know what happened this week. You might have noticed some strange goings on. Maybe.
They turned it up to 33, didn't they?
I think they turned up to 33. So we'll get past these memes. Here we go. So the Large Hadron Collider switches on at the highest power level ever to look for dark matter. They been turned back on today, July the 5th. That was Tuesday, I believe. And is set to smash particles together at never before seen energy levels. And on the right hand side, the next day, conspiracy theorists think the Large Hadron Collider transferred us into a parallel universe yesterday. Okay? So this is what the mainstream media is saying.
Into a different one.
Into a different universe. So stupid conspiracy theorists. Well, okay. Just before, the day before this happened, the finale of Stranger Things was on. And do you know what happens in the finale of Stranger Things?
Oh, I haven't seen it, mate. No,
they're playing with this portal to another dimension. This is the Upside Down, and they found out that this Lucifer character called Varduk or something that lives in the Upside Down was actually created by someone called Papa in an NK Ultra experiment, and he got banished to the Nether Realm and became super powerful. He's like Lucifer, right? And in the latest episode, basically, it all comes to a head, and the portal opens, and the whole of the town turns into the Upside Down world, which is like the other side.
Right.
So it's like basically a portal to hell opening, a portal to another dimension opening. Vecna, this guy's called here. I bet, is there anyone that can look into that word while we're online, see what that means? So Stranger Things 4 ending explained. Where do we go from here? The Upside Down has been turned into a holiday destination. The portal is opened. The day before they turn on the Hadron Collider. Coincidence? I think not. Okay. So obviously, the Large Hadron Collider was sort of really dominating the meme sphere early in the week. However, there was pictures of obviously these geeks here. All these super duper scientists following the science that smash all the particles together to get the dark matter. Look at us, yay! Let's take selfies, yay! Okay, and obviously, straight away, no one really noticed anything weird going on. Nothing at all. There weren't any sort of like Mandela effects or anything like that. Nothing was amiss. All right. Okay, so I'm playing with this photo here, but because let's face it, I've said it before. I said I wonder if the Mandela effect is an effect because I said it was not recorded or not talked about before 2012. Roughly
when they turned it on.
Roughly when Tom Hanks turned on the Large Hadron Collider the first time. Now I know that some people watching, and like I said earlier on, some people on Facebook, some of my friends actually said they think that the Large Hadron Collider is basically just a big stupid hoax. It's like NASA. It's just for laundering money. It's just to scare people. It's not doing anything. Mark Bayeski thinks different.
I think I'm in Mark Bayeski's camp, to be honest. I think the Large Hadron Collider is ripping holes into another universe. So anyway, let's see what actually did happen this week. A bit weird. Well, the Georgia Guidestones got blown up.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, there's a video of it. We've got video, actually. I'll show it in just a second. So the Georgia Guidestones were basically... We woke up... I don't know what morning it was. I think it was like the same morning. The day after they switched on the Large Hadron Collider. Woke up and they had been blown up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they were demolished. Okay, so there's loads of memes about who could have smashed...
mate, there was loads all over social media.
Who could have smashed down the Georgia Guidestones? I'm sure everybody watching the show knows exactly what the Georgia Guidestone is. Now, some amazing memes. This is from Messerschmitt, obviously. Faulty towers. Amazing. I don't know... Oh, right, so he changed the U in faulty because it's spelled with a W. Yeah, right. Okay, now... there's some quite interesting stuff here, right? Now, obviously, the Georgia Guidestones are now come down. They're gone. Look at the top picture of the Georgia Guidestones compared to the UN building, right? Now, I'm just going to blow this up. I'm going to admit I haven't double-checked this, but every time I do check these things, they're always true. The Georgia Guidestones was 666 miles from the UN headquarters, sitting on what?
The 33rd parallel.
Sitting on the 33rd parallel. And obviously there were 66 comments. That's just a coincidence, clearly. Right, so yeah, we've already got some sort of simulated fuckeries going on here. Because everyone's saying, oh yeah, was this an act of God that struck down the Georgia Guidestones? Was it a truther? Was it a terrorist? Well, let's have a think about it. This is from Auntie Coviet. Some more sterling work here. Let me just get the right graphics so you can see what's going on. Bringing PSYOPs to life, Serco and G4S demolition team going on the Georgia Guidestones. But I've got some good news, right? We have actually got some exclusive. Let me just make sure I've got this right. This is some exclusive footage of who actually was seen at the scene of the Georgia Guidestones.
Absolutely.
Rock formation, it's known as America's Stonehenge. Granite slab has been standing.
Did you see that, everyone?
That was Master Lee.
Did you see
Sensei.
I'm just going to play it one more time in case you didn't see it right at the end.
Rock formation, it's known as America's Stonehenge. Granite slab has been standing.
I'm just going to point out here, this is me speaking live again. What you don't see on the last couple of scenes of this clip is that someone, I can't remember who it was, put a picture of Lee from Inner Guardians in the front seat of this car, like he's driving away from the Georgia Guidestones. Sadly, Restream cut out the last second where you saw it. I thought I'd just add that in there for context.
Quality. Right, back to the Schwab show. So, let's have a little different view here. Let's do that one. Okay. Now, that's how we want to see it. Okay. I've seen the video of when they actually do come down. Would you care to look at the top right hand of the screen? This is a screenshot that I took myself of the exact moment that the Georgia Guidestones exploded.
3:33.
It's 4:03 in the morning, but it was exactly 3:33. 4:03:33. At the second the clock strikes 33 seconds, the Georgia Guidestones blew up.
Wow.
Literally. I should have downloaded the video. This is the screenshot I took, but I swear to anyone, if you go and find this video, which is the official CCTV of the Georgia Guidestones exploding at 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't think people were saying this happened on the 7th of the 7th, but it's not. It's the 6th. Yeah, it is the 6th. It happened, the 6th of the 7th. But yeah, at 3 minutes 33 seconds past is when they exactly blew up. And at 3 minutes 34 seconds is when Master Lee was seen driving away in a 1998 Nissan fucking Bluebird or something. Right, now, obviously people have properly gone to town on the old numbers here. And this is going to go in. I've got to show this to old Logan when he comes on at 1 a.m. because
see what
this
he
is
makes of it.
this is his forte, to be honest. So the Georgia Guidestones. Do you know what date they were erected in 1980?
Go on.
22nd of March.
322.
Yes. So it's always been sort of surmised that this was a skull and bones sort of thought. You know what we like to talk about on the show: predictive programming, revelation of the method,
Telling us what they're gonna
forecasting, foreshadowing, projecting, whatever you want to call it, telling us what they're going to do ahead of time.
I'd like to know what was on that particular pillar.
Say that again. Spin that round.
I'd like to know what was on that particular pillar.
Well, as far as I know, every pillar says exactly the same thing, but it says it in a different language.
Yeah, it's 12 different languages.
That's why there's that each side of each thing is a different language of like an original language, as far as I know. I mean, a lot of people are saying, are laughing at truthers that are feeling hopeful about this. They're saying, come on, this is just another part of the Luciferian show.
It is, clearly.
I would tend to go with that conclusion.
Yeah.
You know,
It's been slapped all over the news, and do you know what I mean? We all know that if they don't want something going out, they're not going to.
And here's the other thing, right? If you didn't know about the Georgia Guidestones and about what they said on the Georgia Guidestones before, then you do now.
That's it.
Yeah, so it works both ways. I mean, it's certainly an interesting turn of events, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's certainly significant.
I've seen a short YouTube video of somebody breaking it down. They said it was struck by lightning,
Well,
like an act of God.
I'm not so sure about
No,
that.
I'm not.
I don't think so. To me,
Don't get me wrong. I'm not no explosions expert, but that doesn't look to me like it's a lightning strike.
It looked like controlled demolition, like some explosives were placed there. So funny to say that. We've got this one here. The remainder of the damaged Georgia Guidestones has been demolished by construction crews. Me, yeah, that's self-explanatory. On the right-hand side is a tweet which I saw someone had screenshotted, and the reply to the tweet. So this is from June the 11th, roughly, give or take 4 or 5 days, roughly a month before the stones exploded. Giant granite slabs in Georgia Field are called the Stonehenge of America. People are still trying to figure out what they mean. It's obvious what they mean if you read them. Now, it says below, Righteous Mang says, whatever you do not destroy them with carefully placed explosives. That would be just awful. And he replied that the same day.
Interesting.
Maybe that is just a coincidence, but it's quite eerie.
Who is that Righteous Man?
I don't know, but I bet his house is getting raided.
By the Schwabian forces.
Yeah, so I mean, what else can we say about this? Oh, here's a good one. Sleepy Joe crashing into it on his bicycle. I like that. That's really nice. And Messerschmitt came with this one.
Nice.
Vladis Knight at midnight playing to Georgia.
He's very quick at these. He's absolutely churning them out.
That's actually epic. Vladis Knight, midnight playing to Georgia.
Now, deep bait memes
I
on the
saw
left,
this one.
really good. So you got like Trump with a big sledgehammer smashing down the Georgia Guidestones. Now, this one on the right, this is from Vlad Talks, big up Vlad Talks. This is a Venn diagram of people who have never heard of the Georgia Guidestones, people who took the Britney Spears concert, and people who don't get this joke. They're all together, all on top of each other. I showed this on Facebook. I said, does everyone get this? And someone said, this goes straight over my head. I was like, well, had you ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones before today? They didn't reply. I guess that's a no. Yeah. So even if he has written it all over the top of each other, you look at it. Oh right, I see. Yes, I've never heard of the Georgia Guidestones. I've been to Britney Spears, and I don't get the joke. Unlucky. I just had some random 33s pop up here. One Tree Hill star Bevan Prince's husband dies age 33 after being struck by lightning. Wow. Really, really random, that one. And What is the perimeter of the ice wall in Antarctica? How long is it?
Well, it's got to be 33,312.
Yeah.
So that's another, the 1 and the 2. That's a 3 at the end.
Yeah, must Lee point that
So
as well.
it's
So it's
33,
actually a
33,
double 33. Yeah. So that's some nice science from NASA there. So, yeah, I mean, that's the first sort of like, that was the first big happening. I think that's what, yeah, we'll get into that one in a minute. I think that's really the first big happening of the week was obviously the Georgia Guidestones spontaneously exploding. So we've had the CERN Hadron Collider switched on. The Georgia Guidestones exploded. And then the next thing to happen, before I get onto that, then we hear the ex-Prime Minister... Oh, no, I'll come on to that. This happened first, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's both back Prime Ministers. So, big shout out to Rise and Shine. If you get this, just let us know. Sajid Javid, Born to Do It, walking away. This happened, what was this? This was like the day the Collider was turned on. So it started with Sunak and Slumdog Billionaire and Savage Jabhead, or Savage Javelin as I called him. They both walked, they were the first to walk. Oh shit, I love Rise Above, man. That clip was supposed to be about the Mandela effect. It wasn't, was it? Let's face it, that was a lie. So Slick Rick, you've lost some brownie points there. That was some misinformation. That clip was not about the Mandela effect. We literally mentioned it right at the start. Big shout out to Slick Rick. Let me get the comments back on the screen again. So yeah, we're back live. This is not a recording. That was, but this isn't. And if the levels are a bit weird, I think I need to reset the Queefmaster Pro. Let everyone know how we're sounding. Big shout out to Spanish Chicken. I can see you. Stanley Milgrim, I can see you too. Sheep Farm, there's tuned in. Big up Sheep Farm. Starfish Troopers Podcast. Oh, that's a cool name. Hello, Starfish Troopers. Spanish Chicken, yeah. All good. Big up the 3 people that scanned the QR code. So don't forget, if you would like to get your virtual ticket for Anarchapulco 2024, or you're going to make it all the way to Mexico, please do scan the QR code, check out all the speakers there, and use the code RISE ABOVE, all one word. That's our referral. Big shout. So I obviously was talking about Jason Archaics, as we do quite often here on the show, the final boss at the bottom of the rabbit hole. I don't know if we've actually showed this meme before. Bazman, mate, you're on fire. You're definitely up for a nomination in the 2024 Raw Academy Meme Awards. The excellent Raw Venture. Yes, Bazman, I know you're tuned in. Chat to the Racist Liaison Officer. And Moondela Effect. February the 2nd is when we chat to Shiva Shampoo. What else is coming up? In January, I just need to make a big point. Over the last month or two, Rise Above has been rather sparse. That's because, like I mentioned at the start of the show, we do only broadcast 33 shows a year. So we have been a little bit sparse recently. I want to let you guys know that as soon as we hit January, it's full steam ahead. It's back to regular programming. Sorry, getting a bit dry. Back to regular programming. 3 live shows in January. At least 2 in February. We'll do a customer services in February as well. Loads of stuff. Milwana, sadly, mate, I'm not going to Mexico. We're doing a virtual presentation. As much as I would love to be going out to Mexico, unfortunately not. It's a virtual presentation from us. Most of those speakers are in person. Some are virtual. I also need to give a big shout out to the T-shirt that I'm wearing at the moment. This is one of the new designs, the Aura Boar Rabbit, hand drawn by myself. This is one of my favourites. Where is the merch stuff? So if you want to look really cool, and you want to, just like Andy PG is looking really cool here, you want to support Rise Above, this is how you do it. It's not just all about merchandise or clothing. If you want to support us in a small way by buying a sticker or something like that, that helps a lot as well. Here's the QR code. Rise Above on Friday night will always be free, but as you can see from the high production costs of the show, it is not free for us to produce. So we sell merchandise to cover the high costs of all of this streaming software and all of the other monthly subscriptions we have to pay to make Rise Above happen. So every time you buy a t-shirt, a hoodie, a pair of tracksuit bottoms,
a sticker, whatever it is, any of the profits made by that go directly back into the Rise Above account, which helps pay for all of this stuff, which is always costing us money every month. So yeah, big shout out to everyone that is purchasing Rise Above merchandise. It helps out massively. Thank you, please. I think I should be getting a call from Andy PG sometime soon. I'll just give him a little shout there because he has got up extra early in Thailand. Either that or he just didn't go to bed. But we are going to be hearing from him soon as well. Let me just get the chat back up on the screen. Oh yeah, here's a good one. I was showing you the videos of I was out in Thailand earlier at the start of the show. Now, you wouldn't believe it, but the first hotel that I stayed at, this was the number of the room. Literally couldn't make it up. We get to the hotel. Here's your room, 3326. So obviously I thought to myself, yeah, great, we've got room 33. But then I thought to myself, wait a minute, this isn't just 33, 26. So let's say 2 6s. Well, what happens if you add 3 and 3 together? You get a 6. So this room is like 33 and 666 all in one go. And for anyone that's watched the show for a while, you'll know that this happens to me almost every time I go to another part of the crater. Whether I'm getting on a flight that's 911, an Airbus 322, I'm staying at room 33, or room 6. I remember when I stayed at room 667, looking at room 666 last time I went to Kazakhstan. It just always happens. Without any shadow of a doubt, it always happens. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Who remembers last week? Not last week, obviously not last week. A few weeks back, I was talking about combat sports. And because as most people know, I am also a combat sports MC, as well as doing Rise Above and you know, not really doing music an awful lot anymore because I'm banned. So I do present combat sports. And I commented on Tyson Fury fighting in Saudi Arabia as part of Riyadh's season where he fought Ngannou, the MMA fighter, in an absolute pony show. I predicted the outcome of in the pub I was at. I told the story on the show. We were also talking about the logo on Tyson Fury's jacket and how it looked a lot like the Sustainable Development Goals wheel of Lord Schwab. And I talked about how basically, oh yeah, and you know, there was a big concert and they were dancing around the Black Cube before the fighting happened. They had loads of rappers and pop stars and stuff. And I talked about how, in my opinion, what this was all about was really showing that Saudi Arabia, the most on board with Lord Schwab's plan country, displaying his logo. As you can see, if you look in the top right here, this is the Riyadh season logo that Tyson Fury was sporting on his jacket. Now, what I'm showing you here, it's not a computer game or a movie about zombies. This is actually a poster for arguably what is the most standout pro boxing lineup of recent years. If you know about boxing, especially pro boxing and heavyweight, you know, the highest division of boxing in the world, right? It's been complained for many years that the big fights never really happen. It's all hyped up. You don't see, you know, there's too much money involved. They're not putting on the big shows. Well, for anyone that's into boxing, what's going on December the 23rd in Saudi Arabia, again, as part of Riyadh season, basically sponsored by Lord Schwab, is a lot of very notable boxers all appearing on the same lineup. This is the kind of thing that people have been asking for many, many years. Now, people might think, why are you talking about this on Rise Above? Because it's bread and circuses. Obviously, this is prime bread and circuses, right? But the reason I'm talking about it is because, for me, this is all part of the plan to put the eyes of the world on the East. Especially Saudi Arabia and that part of the world, because they are the most on board with Lord Schwab's plans. They are basically building the smart cities. They have the biggest budgets in the planet to spend on bread and circuses. And I think what this is really doing is showing the peasants that, you know, now Saudi Arabia is the bread and circus capital of the world. For me, this is what this is all about. If you're not into combat sports and you don't really know anything about this stuff, this might not be very significant, but this really stuck out at me, apart from the obvious zombie connotations. You know, the overlords look at us all as the undead. especially their pawns in the world of like bread and circuses, whether it's Hollywood, whether it's professional sport, whether it's politics, whatever it is, you know. So I thought this was very, very interesting because, you know, everyone that's into boxing is creaming their knickers over this. You know, the fact that you've got Anthony Joshua, Wilder, Dubois, all on the same lineup. You know, a lot of big fighters. This, you know, not that Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting anyone interesting, but and the advert for this, it looks like a Hollywood movie, and they're all zombies and they're tearing. It looks like the best zombie movie you've ever seen. It's yeah, I thought it was very, very interesting. What else have I got here? Oh yeah, this is a no context Schwabery, by the way. Just some few. This is a couple of things that got thrown into my vision recently. Scientists say breathing is bad for the environment. We all knew this was coming, comrades. We all knew this was coming. This is like a rise above meme from 2021. Gases we exhale contribute to 0.1% of the UK's greenhouse gas emissions, by Jonathan Chadwick on the 13th of December 2023. There's even a little diagram here of how lungs work. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, red blood cells. So, I mean, what can we say about this? Everyone is now a walking, talking, dirty carbon producing factory. Sorry, just sipping my ginny and tonic there. Sorry for the slurping. So yeah, scientists say breathing is bad for the environment. I wonder if there will be some sort of like techno Schwab mask of the future that has like green or red lights on it for how much carbon dioxide you're emitting. Maybe that will be linked directly to some sort of implant, some sort of lung implant. Yeah, maybe have some sort of internal constrictor on your chest when you're giving out too much CO2. It just contracts your lungs. Stop breathing, comrade. No more breathing is allowed. What else have I got here? Oh, well, yeah. In fact, this. Very similar. The year is 2035 and your DARPA model Schwab alarm clock has determined that you didn't respond back to a good morning message and there's a huge like robot strangling you. Pretty accurate, I would say. Pretty accurate indeed. Here's a good one. Right. Who remembers the Wayfair debacle? I think this was 2021. It's after, that triangle-shaped Italian snack gate had sort of like subsided. People were talking about Wayfair and cabinets getting sold for $10,000 when they're worth $100. And the cabinets or the piece of really shitty furniture would have the same name as a missing child. We all remember this, right? A lot of people got very carried away with it and then it sort of disappeared. It was put down as another stupid, crazy conspiracy theory. And even many people do believe that it was actually a red herring. It could have been put there to stoke truthers and to make them look stupid. I don't know. I didn't. That's what Magic said. He looked into it a lot and he thought it was all total bullshit and it'd been put into the peasant sphere or the truthosphere rather to try and muddy the waters, and just add some more meat to the bone. There's a new one. And it's appeared in the last couple of days. In the comment section, but this is live, by the way, everyone that's watching. We are totally live. I am live. Have you seen about this? So, the seller of these products took these items down already. They are now dead links. Why? And there's lots of screenshots here of what looks like either pictures of pizza or clearly AI-generated images of children eating fast food or pizza. And they're saying they're digital downloads, but they're $4,000 or $3,000. Now, I'm going to air some caution here, because obviously that triangle-shaped Italian snack gate was one of the things that I had to do my training on with Al Gore this morning. And believe me, the training, the Al Gore compliance training was quite extensive that I had to do to avert a problem with the channel this morning. So I just need to let you know that the Italian-shaped snack gate phenomenon was obviously a crazy, stupid conspiracy theory as established by the mainstream media, as was the wafer debacle. Now, in all seriousness, I'm just looking at this and thinking someone could have made this in about 5 minutes, whacked up some fake screenshots, pumped it out for their their TikTok channel or whatever. I'm a bit dubious about this one, and it's not because I've gone through the Al Gore training today. Now, I'm not saying that we all know what goes on with the international trade of infantile meat suits. No one is denying that, and I'm certainly not denying it. But all I'm saying is here, these are AI generated images. I think we need to talk to Andy PG about this. I need his input, because if you haven't seen this before, PG, this has come out in the last couple of days. I didn't see it while we're away. I've only noticed it while we're back. Has anybody else heard about this? Can I get some feedback in the comments section? Has anybody else seen these accusations or these posts online about this very expensive digital Italian triangle-shaped snack? What are our thoughts? Is this another triangle-shaped Italian snack gate? Or is it a ploy to make truthers go crazy? Stanley Milgram says, buy one. Buy a digital slice of Italian triangle snake shaps. God, this needs to go in the alphabet. PG's going to be with me in 3 minutes, so I've got to carry on chatting gas for 3 minutes. So, yeah, what's everyone saying? Do you think this has been made up? Has anyone actually digged into this and gone to the links and seen if these are real? Because I've only seen screenshots. Thought Criminal says, go with your gut instinct. My gut instinct says this is bullshit. Rise and Shine says, think this could be a red herring. Andy Pandy 33 is saying it's hard to comprehend, obviously, but it's there as clear as day. Spanish Chicken says, why are baked beans not being used? Well, I'm not going to lie. If I saw a digital tin of baked beans on sale for $33,000 on Etsy, I'd be asking serious questions. I'd get straight on the phone to Alex Jones. Someone just said about AI fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fingers on these are pretty good for AI. By the way, past Midjourney 5.0, it's totally mastered fingers. So only people using really old AI Al Gore technology still have problems with fingers, because I use Midjourney and it mastered fingers a long time ago. So if you see someone doing, making posts that they're saying ancient Tartaria or someone in Antarctica and the explorers have got 6 fingers, you know that they haven't even paid $29.99 for that Al Gore properly. They're literally making rubbish misinformation posts with free Al Gore. That's a very good point. Who just pointed that out? Why are they all winking? Big shout out to Dan Geach. That is a good point. Well, anyway, that's a developing story. We're going to hear from Andy PG in a minute about that, because hopefully he's had time to mull it over and have a little think about it. While I'm waiting to speak to PG, I'm just going to give you this little schwabing. Here, check this out. I'll get rid of the screen graphics so we can see in full. We'll start on the left. These are 2 headlines taken from Forbes and The Independent. And if I get rid of the ticker at the bottom, I think we can get the dates. July 28th, 2022 and the 9th of August, 2022. So they're within 6 weeks of each other. So Forbes is saying the Earth is suddenly spinning faster. Why our planet just recorded its shortest day since records began. The records that probably began in 1850 after the reset. But The Independent, roughly 6 weeks later, is saying the Earth has been mysteriously slowing down for 50 years. Now scientists think they know why. Is this an Al Gore malfunction? It's like the Al Gore processor that's pumping out all these like Clown World news stories. Is it malfunctioning, or is it deliberately trying to trying to confuse and bamboozle us and gaslight us. Dave Tomo's made a good point. The Earth doesn't spin, so that's a lie. I suppose, yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. You know, many of us that watch the show here think the Earth doesn't spin. I don't feel it spin. I can't really say. I'm not really sure. But if it's the case that we are on an emotionless stationary plane, then each of these posts are an equally massive lie. Which, from my experience of observing the ways of the parasite for the last 40 years, I would say that's probably the fairest assumption. That's the most likely. If it was me, if I was going to put some money on it. Jason Jackson says my cup of tea isn't moving. It's because there's no inertia in that tea. Get a can of baked beans and try that. See if that works. Right. Okay. So that's on the left. On the right, I don't know when this was from, but it's recent. It's in the second half of this year, because I think have they tried the swine as well as the bird this year. First UK person to catch bird flu strain is named. Now, obviously, we're not questioning the legitimacy of bird flu on this show, but what we are going to point out is the name of the person. Is it a crazy coincidence, or is someone taking the piss out of us? Because Alan Gosling, 79, tested positive, having lived with about 20 ducks inside his home in Devon. Gosling is a noun for a young goose. Yes, Rise and Shine. Yes, Eddie Darmody. Gosling is a duck. Oh, is it a duck, not a goose? Goose, duck. I think we can break down that barrier. Writer's liaison officer saying when was this? Baz, I think this was like maybe in August. No, it must have been after that. Because it's obviously, bird flu season is in the winter, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Fucking hell, that's loud. Andy PG live in effect.
Comrade.
How's it going, mate?
All good, my man. All good. Am I live and Rise Above?
You certainly are. You're live on Rise Above. Please don't say fuck or bugger.
Excellent. Hello to all the peasantry across the crater realm.
Excellent. Is it still dark out there?
You what, mate? Say that again.
Is it still dark in Thailand? Is it like almost 4:15 in the morning?
Yeah, mate. It's fucking 5:13 a.m., mate.
5:13. So let me ask: did you get up early, or did you stay up late to be a part of the show today?
No. I've got up early, but we were all getting up early anyway because we're going out to Koh Lanta, which is about an hour and a half journey. So we're going to leave here about 7:30. So I was getting up early anyway. But my brother's got chickens here at his place, and the fucking roosters wake us up every morning. It literally woke me up at 3 minutes past 4, and I went to the toilet, came back, put Rise Above on, and you were just doing the countdown.
Perfect, mate. Perfect, mate. I've got to say, it is kind of. What was that, mate? It's mental having you on the show as a guest.
That's Becky S. Investigate.
Hello, Becky S.
I'm here too. Hi.
I saw the painting you did today. It was awesome.
Oh, it's not finished yet. It'll be even better when it's done.
Well, if that was half done, it was amazing. That was really, really good.
She's doing it as a thank you to my brother and his missus for letting us stay at their place because they've got an amazing view here. So she's painting the view from the pool villa.
So is that going to go up in the guest house?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. What did you think of that
right, Lawrence,
pizza story? Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
Go on.
Right, those AI Schwabry Pizzagate images, right, with the one eye, right, they've all got one eye, yeah? This is blatantly to muddy the waters. This is to discredit anything that came previously, in my opinion. But Miss Becky made a good point to me just when we were pondering it when I was making my joint. She said that if it's AI that's making, like, child porn, if there's no victim, will this be allowed?
No victim, no crime. Like with the dolls.
Oh, shit. No, we've just opened up a dark rabbit hole now.
Yeah, we have, yeah. And it's a bit early in the morning for us here for that. But she made another good point because they've got these like in Japan and stuff. They've got these like sex dolls that are children, and obviously they're like obviously there's no crime. If there's no victim, there's no crime. But that could be used to quote unquote treat MAPs. Yeah, treat their condition.
Shit.
Gosh.
So, yeah. Gosh. So you send MAPs to like some AI theme park, yeah?
Yeah. Or something like that. You know what I mean?
Or they're allowed that kind of stuff, but they're not allowed. So they're not allowed the real one, which will just in turn make them continue their behaviour.
Yeah, it's kind of could be argued. It's kind of
But
encouraging.
legally, yeah.
Yeah.
So
but we all know that's what they want to do anyway.
So are we saying that this is some sort of predictive programming for AI like map entertainment?
I personally think those images with the winking and the children holding the pizzas, I think that's literally just to discredit or just to muddy the waters, and like somebody's clearly made a fake account or whatever with the, like you said, how easily would it be? How easily could somebody make that? Whack some screenshots in of prices. It's too close to the Wayfair thing for me. I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. On the subject of AI, do you remember I said in the first week when you guys met us in Thailand that my mum got a message on her phone of someone posing to be me, asking for money for a phone bill? Did I tell you about this?
I remember that.
Right, yeah, no, go on, yeah.
It might have been me.
Right, so she got this random message saying "mum," and she said, and I've seen the message. It was written like I had written it, right, and it was basically saying that I was in some problem, I had some bill to pay. Please, can you send this money, right? Now, luckily, my mum phoned me and checked and didn't send any money. Since I've got back, I've heard the other day that this is actually a phenomenon, and these scams are now being run by AI. And they said on the news that soon, to avoid these AI message scams, you'll have to have a safe word. That's an organic safe word that's not put online. So that if you get a message posing as a member of your family, saying I'm in trouble or whatever, you'll have to use a safe word to make sure it's not AI, an AI chatbot scamming you.
That's fucking mad.
Mate, that's a whole new world of simulated fuckery.
Because I've had, excuse me, I've had a couple of text messages in recent months from random numbers that have just said, "Hi mum, I'm stuck. Can you like send me some money, put some money into my bank, something like that." And I haven't got children, so like I knew it was bullshit. But yeah, maybe that could be AI, or that could just be some peasant scammer.
Yeah,
I've never had any scam messages before at all, and then in the last couple of months, I've had two. Like saying like from a text message saying that you know, mum help me or something like that.
They could be generic messages that are sent out, and then maybe they get lucky when they get to a mum, and then the mum has got someone overseas.
That's why I said people need to turn their read receipts off, because if they get a message back saying that you've opened the message and that you've read it, then your number will be put on a go list.
Yeah, and once you go on one of those go lists, then you get bombarded by people doing it.
Yeah, you'll get more of them.
Chatbots. But it's kind of scary because if
back to this,
go on.
Back to this AI imagery stuff like that. I mean, where's the line going to be with this? Anything can easily be discredited now if it's the truth and it's been put out into the peasant sphere, and the powers that shouldn't be don't want it out there. All they can do now is quickly whip up an AI account or something to counteract the narrative and just make everyone look fucking retarded.
Yeah. But I think it works both ways, because I also have heard since I got back that the original photos of the moon landing have been put through. I'm just going to turn you down because the crickets are loud. The original photos of the moon landing have been put through Google's AI detector, and they've come out as fake swabbed images. Someone's done that.
Really?
Yes.
That's fucking mental.
Yeah. So
I was only reading a peasant thread the other day about the moon landing on Thomas Sheridan's page, actually, and they were saying, like, "Oh, come on, CGI didn't exist back then," blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yes, it fucking did."
CGI existed in the 1850s.
Yeah, I know, mate. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they had AI back then. Like we said this when it first came out. I was like, if we're getting to use AI as the peasantry, imagine what AI that the powers that shouldn't be have got.
Well, if Jason Archaics is right, AIX might have just lent a minuscule like particle of itself and called it ChatGPT. Here, have one molecule of my power, peasants.
Yeah. Plus, Archaic said in one of his other videos that he doesn't think AI can exist. He says AI cannot exist in an AI construct. He says it wouldn't do it to itself.
It wouldn't allow it to be created.
So that's an interesting... No, so he says that's an interesting angle in itself, that we've now got quote-unquote AI, because he says it would not happen.
But didn't Jason also say that in the times of the Anuna, thousands of years ago, the ancient architects were actually trying to make a simulation within a simulation, and then AIX fought back and caused a reset to stop them?
Yeah, because they weren't having it, because maybe that can be the way out of the fucking crater, or the way out of the construct is through AI, and that's why it didn't want it to happen. I don't know. This is just off the top of my head now.
That's okay. We're just rabbit holing. We're just intercontinental rabbit holing right now.
I'm really looking forward to speaking to Jason on the 22nd, because, like you said, we're gonna get his personal opinion on stuff.
Yeah, we're going to go in, and you and me need to have a meeting beforehand to really plan this out, because Jason's time, mate, those crickets are so loud. I'm just going to turn you down while I talk. Though Jason's time is short, he is in a very high demand, so I want to make sure we really get the most out of him, and really go to work. So some real good structured questions, and also if anyone does have a question for Jason Archaics, we might have time for a couple. So I'm going to put the email on the screen at the moment, mate. If you've got like 1 billion crickets there, it's so loud.
Mate, honestly, where we are, we're in rural Thailand. There's fucking chickens, monitor lizards, everything. There's so much wildlife here. It's fucking unbelievable.
There's a butterfly in the living room.
There's a massive butterfly in the living room, the size of a fucking crow.
So you two still having a good time out there?
Yeah, it's great, man. We're going to Koh Lanta today. So and then we're meeting up with a couple of mates I haven't seen in about 15 years that are just coincidentally out here as well. And we're going to go and have some lunch and a couple of beers with them this afternoon. And then we're going to another place which has just last year been voted world's best beach. And my brother was like, "Let's go and check it out before the tourists arrive, and it'll be fucked by next year."
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, go and see it while you can.
Yeah, but we'll take loads of footage and some pictures and stuff and send them over.
Yeah, keep looking out for that ancient Thai-Tarian architecture if you can find any.
Oh, we will, mate. Yeah.
Any antiquity.
That's shout out to Becky S. She coined that.
Yeah, big shout out to Becky S. Yeah, so yes, mate. What day are you back?
We're flying back Tuesday, so we'll be all good and hopefully not jet lagged by Friday. So.
Oh, you'll be fine. And we'll have a nice
you
fresh...
went straight back to work, did you?
No, I did have one day off. I went back in on Thursday, yeah. I managed to squeeze one day.
Is the Empress happy to get her cat back?
Yeah. Apollo and Hermes were very pleased that we're back. Hermes was going crazy today. He just wouldn't leave me alone. He's learned how to purposefully break things in the studio. I need to get a new keyboard. He's ripped a couple of keys off the keyboard while I've been away.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But we've already planned to have a bit of a studio upgrade in the new year, isn't that right, Andy PG?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. There's a lot going on in the new year.
Yeah, we've got a lot planned, some overhauls. Rise Above is ever evolving, as everybody knows. We're always trying to make things better here. The studio, as you can see in the background, there's lights like hanging down. There's posters hanging off the wall. We're gonna smarten it up in here and make it nice and
just
fresh.
needs a little love. Just needs a little TLC.
Yeah, we've got a lot lined up for the new year. I have already let everyone know that we're going to be back to normal programming from January onwards. You know, we're already broadcasting for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. also, Lance, shout out to Rebecca. I caught a little bit of her chat with you earlier from Anarchapulco. I'm stoked for that.
Yeah, mate, that's going to be really cool. I think that's a really big look for us. We, you know, when I told you, you were like, "Wow, that's cool," you know. And
I said straight away, I was like, "That's King David and Mark Passio territory."
Yeah, mate. It's prestigious. We're very humbled to be
Egan.
Yeah, Max Egan. You know, just to be on the same lineup as King David, that's big.
That's it.
Yeah, so big shout out to everyone.
And
at
Will
Anarchapulco.
Keller as well. Shout out to Will Keller. I don't feel Will Keller gets enough shout out for the Trooper team because he does so much for all. I think he is part of Anarchapulco and he does loads for Mark Passio and loads of other people. So shout out to Will Keller as well. I'm looking forward to. As it's virtue, I don't know if we're going to actually be able to chat to any of these people, Lance.
No, mate, we're going to do a recorded program with Rebecca, and it's going to be broadcast to the people in Mexico, and and also for the people with the virtual ticket as well. So it's going to be recorded, and I'll edit it afterwards. It's going to be like a 30-minute crash course in Ramish philosophy.
In the Ramish, yeah, nice.
And Abavarisian mythology. We'll take people through the alphabet a little bit. We'll tell them about the history of the Soviet Union. You know, just general business for us basically. But obviously, it's going to expose us to a lot of new people that haven't seen the show before, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be shit. It's going to be really good.
Yes, mate.
Right, Lance. I reckon we're going to grab some breakfast and get ready. We're going to have a show on in the background. But yeah, I hope it all goes well, and we'll see you next week, guys.
All right, nice one, Andy PG and Becky S. Rise above you two.
We'll speak to you soon. Rise above.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above, abstract.
Becky S and Andy PG calling in from the other side of the crater. Whereabouts are they? Is it Trang? They're in Krabi, Thailand anyway. I think they're near somewhere called Trang. Down in the south, a lovely part of Thailand. Okay, so I think I'm going to play a bite size because Slick Rick works very hard to make these bite size happen. Oh no, I'll tell you what I'm going to play instead. I got reached out by a guy called Danny Rhetoric. He's a UK rapper, a conscious UK rapper, and he sent me his music many months ago. And basically, it just got buried in my inbox. So first of all, I want to say sorry to Danny for not playing any music earlier. Check out this tune called Hold On Tight by Danny Rhetoric.
It makes me mad thinking about all them times I got a slap. I was caught up in the trap, but thankfully I found rap. A young lad, it was knowledge that I lacked. Now I'm writing to tell people all the facts. Keep pushing on and pursuing your goals. Look, don't be fooled by all these internet trolls. Like every day that flies by, we're getting old. Can't waste time, there's a story to be told. It's time to flip my life, not getting slaughtered by a guy with a flick knife. Set you up, call them shit times. I'm making the most of my time now as I sit down composing all these rhymes. It's taking time, but I'm feeling like I'm the next in line. Spread my wings, start seeing all of these chem lines. It's time to get our meds right. There's not a lot of shit that I can control. Right now we need to get together, take back what we can before we lose track of our own soul. You make me sick, think it's always time to let rip. Oh, it's time to get a grip and time for us to live. Oh, we're running out of time, can you see the light? I got dreams, if you're ready, hold on tight. You make me sick, think it's always time to let rip. Oh, it's time to get a grip and time for us to live. Oh, we're running out of time, can you see the light? I got dreams, if you're ready, hold on tight. Let's be honest, nobody made it sticking to the 9 to 5. Not everyone is born a mastermind. Don't let the curtain fall in front of your eyes. Do your best, leave them all behind. Leave the lines, go and find a trade you like. From then on you'll find a way to combine. Take my advice, it will take some time to finally grow up and leave that life behind. Yeah, I'm still searching for that life of mine, but I'm working from Monday to Friday for that security. Yeah, I'm talking about high gates, I'm focused on doubling up on my stakes. Look, don't lie mate, you took the piss and still went to find Jakes. For fuck's sake, you ain't welcome to another slice of my cake. I'm walking away from all them wild estates, focused on my fate. Can't wait to build my own place, I'll support the whole race, I won't accept snakes. You make me sick, think it's always time to let rip. Oh, it's time to get a grip and time for us to live. Oh, we're running out of time, can you see the light? I got dreams. here. Drowning sorrows on bottles and drinking beer. Need to stop it and gotta learn to skip the gear. No more dramas and weekends and shedding tears. You're emotionally unstable while you're trying to rock my cradle. Your loyalty was unfaithful, bringing nothing to the table. I was holding on, but then I got nothing back. You're ungrateful. Trying to solve these complications, feeling so unstable. Am I able? Losing patience, went from hasty, now I'm hateful. It's so hard being hot-headed and trying to stay cool. Thankful is trying to test like school what you've been through. Yeah, I'm a different breed to these shih tzus. There's no comparing what we've been through. I'll be in that dim mood, but I wanna go to heaven when that shit's due. I've done laps to hell and back without a swimsuit. I don't wanna live the rest of my life eating tin food. You make me sick, think it's always time to let rip. Always time to get a grip and time for us to live. Oh, we're running out of time, can you see the light? I got dreams, if you're ready, hold on tight. You make me sick, think it's always time to let rip. Always time to get a grip and time for us to live. Oh, we're running out of time, can you see the light? I got dreams, if you're ready, hold on tight.
Big up Danny Rhetoric. I thought that was a real nice tune. I've got some more tracks of his, which I'll play at another time. So once again, I just wanted to say sorry to him for sitting on his music for a couple of months. Literally just sat in my inbox. 2023 was crazy for me and for the rest of the Rise Above team. So yeah, big shout out to I don't know if is it Danny Rhetoric or Danny Rhetoric. I guess Danny Rhetoric. So find him on YouTube, Danny Rhetoric. Andy Pandy 33 like that one. But I will also just switch over to a something that we were prepared by Slick Rick. This one's called Real Men Go to Space. This is from Ra 99. Before we look at the awful content of Clown World, we like to fire up a device called the catalytic converter. This piece of ancient Ramish technology basically means that all of this terrible Clown World media, we can use it and fuel this machine to try and have some spiritual, or at least maybe not progression, but we can at least get some comedy out of it, right? Because at the end of the day, there is quite a lot of sludge. What? So real men go to space, and they only go to space in a fucking metal penis, right? That's got 33 engines, not 1 or 2, or not even 4 engines. Give me fucking 8 engines, Michael. No.
Fucking hell.
Elon, give me 33 booster engines. And what was it? 3 of them didn't fire or something?
Yeah, of course.
Ridiculous. How much did it cost? How much did it cost?
At least 33 million.
3 billion.
3 billion. Wow, 3 billion. Yeah. That's a lot of fucking dollars.
And it blew up.
Just to do
it
that.
Exploded. It's because it's Clown World. And they said it was a success.
They're trying to send a phallic rocket up into the air.
Cheeks McDucky's laughing at $3 billion metal penis. That's basically what it is. I mean...
And we've got everyone's favourite actor here on the left.
Has Elon Musk, has any of his shit ever actually been to space? Even like the rocket.
I don't think anyone's shit's actually been
but I mean,
space.
even officially.
I don't know.
You know, because you know, like when Bezos and him sent the rockets up, if you look, they didn't even by like Clown World standards. They didn't even officially go to space. They just went to that bit where you can just sort of float around a bit at the top of the atmosphere.
Can't peasantry go up there now?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. When you do the flightless flights,
yeah, so he's just got his own. That's just like, you know, someone having...
Well, I think instead of basically going up there, turning around and just falling back down, so you're in free fall, like Bezos and Musk, they've got these metal penises that can basically just like cruise in that bit.
Right.
Where you feel weightless.
They can cruise around. And
3 billion a pop, these metal penises.
Go for a pint up there, just stop in.
You can sip some adrenochrome looking down on all the peasants.
Of course.
Right? So, yeah. Did you see any of it, Hog Munch?
Like a Thunderbirds, didn't he? Big time.
Thunderbird. Look at this monstrosity. Look at the 30 engines, the 3 in the middle. Taking the piss. Why 33?
Fucking hell.
Have you
man.
actually counted? I can't be fucked to do it now.
Look, it says 33 engine test of Starship's super metal penis. I don't get it. But yeah, it wasn't successful. It wasn't successful. Well,
were they banking on 3 of them not working, so then they're reduced to 30? Was that it?
I don't know. What was it? 30 engines. No.
That's what they actually needed, but they just chucked a couple more on there. Chucked a
The
few more.
31 that did fire. Oh, so 2 of them didn't fire, but 31 did. Unlucky, Enki Musk. Damn. So SpaceX ready for
Mate, the
33
peasants are being
engines.
trained to love Enki. They're
Well,
being
yeah.
groomed to love Enki.
Well, if you're so rich that you can spend $3 billion,
yeah, all like
on
him
a-
buying
on a
Twitter
33
and all
rocket
that
metal
shit,
penis,
and
it's like-
was he like firing some people and stuff like that because of like the censorship and stuff?
he fired most of Twitter, I think.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not saying he's doing good shit, but sure, this is all clearly by design to get the
Does he get
peasantry
his
behind
designers like End Summers or something? Just trying to work it out, man. What's going on?
Is this like pre-Neuralink? Like he's just grooming everyone so they like him, so they'll just succumb to the brain chip.
Yeah,
Do you reckon?
they'll take their brain chip as soon as he rolls it out.
Well, you have to do it from a trustworthy person, don't you? Think about it. Then down the line, if he wants you to Schwab yourself with
He's
digital
obviously
AI,
going to be the person that exposes the Soviet Union in case anyone
say that he's like seen as the good guy, and then he's going to come out with his Schwab stamp just going straight into your
you expose the Soviet
frontal
Union,
cortex.
you lay it all out for everyone. It's like, look at that, look what they did.
Yeah.
And he told them at the start. He told everyone at the start. He's like, you just take what was it called? What do we call the HC?
Oh,
we had his name for that.
Hyacinth.
No, Hyacinth.
Hyacinth was VIH.
Right. Did you just say old school? What's that like old school Ramish code word? No. Right. Let's move on. Okay. So, a nice anti-COVID meme. This is from about a month ago.
I've had my Britney tour.
I've been to my Britney Spears concert.
Just a straight noose.
A rainbow noose. Very nice. When you finally realised that the science you trusted was actually...
I sent this one into you.
was actually eugenics.
Scott the Clown. I thought it was
Here we go.
Did we not have it up?
No, we didn't have it up. We were just looking at it over here. I hope you're paying attention, Matt, because you're going to be doing this soon. Yeah. Did you see our mistake? We're training Matt up to be a producer. So, yeah, all along, what was it called? Operation Warp Speed. Yeah. Looking back, that's fucking funny, isn't it? It's like, yeah, Operation Warp Speed, that'll save us. It was basically just like eugenics on steroids. Eugenics on steroids. I must admit, there is something quite special, especially for me and Andy PG, going back and watching old episodes, because a lot of the time this is all just happening in the fly for us. It's just like us having a conversation, and we happen to be doing things at the same time, which we're also concentrating on. I don't even remember some of this stuff that we've said before. That was classic. I do like reviewing vintage. Well, that's not really vintage, Rise Above, but old Rise Above. So. When we did the last call in customer services, which was 4 weeks ago now, it was on the same night as Children in Need. Now, because the call-in was so crazy and it was back-to-back callers all night, I didn't even properly get to dip into my Schwab show at all. And obviously Children in Need was happening that night. I'm pretty sure that I didn't show these memes. We didn't even talk about it. Can someone correct me? Have you seen these memes before? They're both from Bazman. Hi Skip, hello from America. But yeah, big. Sorry, I forgot to do our international intercratorial shout outs tonight. Big shout out to everyone in the US of A, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Southeast Asia, particularly Thailand, which is our largest viewership in Asia. Wadi Cab, Spuddy my cab. So big shout out to everyone that's tuned in all across the crater. In the UK, we have something called Children in Need, which is run by the BBC or the... I don't know how much I can say now after my YouTube training. We know that there are some funny acronyms for BBC that involves sodomizing children. We all know what they are. Okay, I'm not going to come out with them. You can tell that I've been through this compliance training. I'm so careful about what I'm saying today. I don't want to risk anything before Jason RKX comes on next week. So last show, this was happening at the same time. It's a big fundraiser
for children in need, apparently. These are two from Bazman. Jimmy Savile, Children We Need. That's a bit more like it. And obviously we've got a picture of Zelensky here as the Children in Need bear, because let's face it, you know, those people that wear tinfoil hats are likely to say that a lot of the money for children in need probably bought surface-to-air missiles for Azov Battalion. That's what people that believe in conspiracy theories would say. Michael. Now, apart from the obvious sort of, what shall I say, dodgy connotations of the BBC running this huge fundraiser for children that are in need, there is also sort of a bit of a history behind this, and children in need in the past getting caught out. This is something that I prepared all this and never even showed it to you. This is something from the 12th of April 2012, and it says, new TV phone-in scandal, the BBC kept £100,000 of children in need cash for itself. What? Yeah, because, you know, they raise like tens of millions of pounds every year when they do this, allegedly. That douchebag of BBC Radio 2 this year, what's his name, Vern something, really annoying. He ran a marathon, or no, he didn't just run a marathon. I think he ran like an ultra marathon, which is like a marathon a day for 26 days or something stupid like that. Didn't stop going on about it because I have to listen to BBC Radio 2 at work. I think he raised £6.6 million or something like that. Now, this goes back to 2012. £100,000 viewers had pledged to charity kept for itself. Staff knowingly withheld money that should have gone to causes including children in need and comic relief. Oh, right. So this money was actually kept by the BBC before it even got to children in need. In another hammer blow to the TV's, it should say TV channel's reputation, the corporation has been ordered by its own ruling body, the BBC Trust, to apologise for the scandal on air. So this is from 2012. This one here is from 2014. This is the Mail Online. And it says, why is children in need sitting on a £90 million fortune? What? Charity stashes some away in investment portfolio instead of handing it out. Charity also has £2.2 million in its accounts, up from £900,000 last year. Oh, right, so it's got like 2.2 million just in its current account, 90 million in its savings. Spokesman said the money had been temporarily held, but it would be given away to needy children. In 2008, so this goes back even further, the BBC faced investigation after keeping £100,000. So maybe that report from 2012 was actually going on about what happened in 2008, 4 years before. This isn't the only one, and I don't know if I got a screenshot of it. Yes, I did. Woe is me. Here it is. Millions of pounds donated to comic relief have been invested in funds with shares in tobacco, alcohol, and arms firms. Michael.
I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation, because in this presentation here, I went full metal rabbit on you boys.
Ian Collins said the National Lottery does the same. It does. But Ian Collins, what I think is particularly bad about this is if you look at it, right, I mean, cut out tobacco, that's not really so relevant. But if you say that, say they invested £10 million in alcohol and arms firms, right? Now, the argument from the BBC is always going to be that the money made off those investments are given to needy children. But here's the glaring thing for me. Children in need and comic relief support children in the West and in developing countries. Now, in developing countries, the number one problem for children is usually warfare or being displaced by war, or hunger that's caused by warlords, you know, hiding food away and starving people. It always comes from conflict. And in the West, a lot of the abuse of children is fueled by alcohol. You know, 99% of the abuse in the household is always alcohol fueled. You know, so you've literally got children in need investing in two of the prime causes of why children are in need. only in a holospheric clown simulation could this happen. Only. Let's have a look at some of the comments here. Thought Criminal says Sheep Farm discussed this topic on previous podcasts. I bet they have. I bet Dom and Chris have gone to town on this. Like people have said in the past, the difference between Sheep Farm and Rise Above. Rise Above is like flicking through a magazine. Sheep Farm is like reading like a heavy volume of a book. You know, I'll glaze over stuff. Dom and Chris will get down to the nitty gritty, and they'll get their accounts out, and they'll show you the numbers. Big shout out to Sheep Farm every time. Really looking forward to speaking to those guys. Let me just get the diary out. Is it the 12th or the 19th? It's the 19th of January. Sheep Farm are back on Rise Above. So yeah, no surprises here that that Children in Need and the BBC are not only paying their CEOs, as we know, hundreds of thousands a year. They're not only withholding the money from Children in Need, but when the money goes to Children in Need, it ends up getting invested in things that, you know, really directly cause children to be either abused or refugees or victims of starvation or hunger. Eye for an eye, how you doing, mate? No worries for being late. It's not a full Rise Above tonight. It's Rise Above live-ish. We are live right now, but it's just me, in case you haven't realised. Andy PGA in here. So yeah, this was I knew about this, but I thought I was going to bring it up because obviously Children in Need was going on, so I thought it was quite salient. Let's see what else Slick Rick has got for us on this Friday Ramish evening. What's this? Mortgage rate hell. This is from Rise Above 106. Have we got anything older? Let's try that. Big shout out to Slick Rick. Big shout out to Slick Rick. He's done such a sterling job on the editing with these bite size. I've decided that we're going to really, really push this. As everybody knows, the other channel doesn't really have as many subscribers. We've got like almost 10,000 subscribers on this channel. The other channel is where all of this stuff is cut down for your easy consumption. Nice little like bite-sized nuggets of rabbit. Okay, so that's what you need to do. Subscribe to Rise Above, our other channel, and support this bite-sized content as it's coming out. This was a good one this week. And bear in mind, when I show headlines like this, I have picked out things at complete random. Sometimes the juxtaposition of these random headlines is the comedy in itself. So, what the fuck? A post I made the other week, because like everyone's lambasting people that have a mortgage, saying, "Oh, you know, you idiots that got a mortgage, now you're going to get it with these interest rates." And I was pointing out, well, bad news, because guess what? If you don't have a mortgage, your rent is paying someone else's mortgage, and they're just going to put your rent up. Yeah. It means that everything. It's true though. Sorry, when the interest rates go up, everything goes up. Mm. So, yeah, apparently now mortgage hell, 6.66%. Do you know what? I grew up in a house where the mortgage was 14%. Really? Yeah. In the late 80s and the early 90s, if you had a mortgage, it was 14% interest. Well, if you had money at the bank, you were laughing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what my first mortgage was at now. I thought it was mine was capped at 5.85. It was fluctuating. Because that's how low it dropped. And that was like 1996.
Well, this is the thing. It was only a couple of years ago when the interest rates were so low, they were actually next to zero. We're talking about points on a point for the interest rate. And maybe people are lured into a false sense of security. Oh, the interest rate is so low. Yeah, well, it's been like that for years.
Yeah, everything's fine.
But it hasn't always been like that.
No.
Like I was saying, in the late 1980s, when things were real good, you had the high interest rate, like 14, 15%. Like back then, if you had £1 million in the bank, you were getting £1,000 interest,
Wowzers.
like a month.
Yeah, that's all right. Mate.
But savers aren't seeing that now, are they?
No.
I mean, there's been disputes with like the banks with regards to interest and savers.
Talking about money now, did everyone see what happened to the cryptocurrency about 3 days ago? Overnight, it dropped. Price of gold went rocketed, and then everyone who has had like anyone who had less than say 150 quid's worth of Bitcoin would have lost everything. Like that's a lot of starters, new beginners, people who are just testing the water. That teaches them a lesson to don't do that. Come onto this way of doing it. And then the next day, Bitcoin's higher than it has been for ages. It's a very interesting move overnight, that was.
Market manipulation.
Yeah. And then the price of gold stabilised again. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it is bizarre. But it's going to get a whole lot more bizarre.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that Tom could probably shed some light, or even Richard could shed some light about why that's happened.
Well, we've got Richard on the show next week, and we can talk all things money and finance and stuff like that. So we'll look forward to that. But yeah, I mean, 6.66. Okay, it's 666, which is good. It's funny. We like it. It's just like flavour du jour of Clown World. If it's not 33, it's 666. But the fact is, what we're pointing out is they're saying that this is hell. Well, it's less than half of what it was when we were growing up. We've also got people here in the comments section. I just seen it. Let me just scroll up a little bit. Someone was talking about an 18% mortgage, their first mortgage. Who was that? I can't find it now. But there are a few people. They're saying, the mortgage rates were much higher before. So everything's relative.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
I guess it's sort of like I don't know if I've got the screenshot of it, but we've all seen them on social media in the last week. Everyone's highlighting because they're doing the climate scare of the hot weather. Everyone is now highlighting again, those screenshots of the weather report.
Yeah.
Where everything is like bright red. And it's the same temperature or even a couple of degrees cooler than the same like 5 or 6 years ago, and they're showing the graph and it's like yellow or orange.
Yeah.
Well, today there was one where it was pink.
Yes, I saw.
You saw that? Yeah, it was bright pink.
Yeah.
So the temperatures are no different. It's been 45 degrees in Spain on a heat wave for years. So I see this as much of the same thing.
Yeah.
They've put it in flames. They've made it 666. Oh, it's the devil's number.
Yeah.
Mortgage hell. But the fact is, it's less than half of what many people of our age group grew up in. If you grew up in a mortgaged house, I remember for as long as I can remember as a kid, we always had a lodger or a student in the spare room.
Yeah.
So the spare room was always let out to like a foreign student, like these mature students for like quite good income. I guess back then you had to do that if you had a 14% mortgage.
Yeah, it was a really common thing back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Couple of German students.
Yeah, okay, just whack a few Germans in there. People would put bunk beds. Like, how many can we squeeze in there? Oh, you've got to make them lunches. Just get a little bag, chuck some crisps in. So maybe we need to be a bit more resourceful. Maybe we have to fill our rooms with Germans again. Does anyone know any German students? They can move in, no problem. This was a great one I came across this week. I shared it. I think it got almost 100 likes. It was really popular. Yeah, it was good. It really hit the mark, this one. Is your freedom really more important than my safety? Look, buddy, I don't know. I don't know you, but my lunch is more important to you to me than your safety.
That's quality.
Yeah, it is. And I think with my post, I took it a little bit further, and I just like, comrade, your safety means nothing to me. But that's what it's like. Why should we worry about other people's safety?
Yeah,
as long as you're being safe yourself.
Yeah, worry about your own safety.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I think that was part of the lie that the Soviet collectivism was built on. It was sort of like the backbone.
Yeah.
It's one of like the 5 pillars of the Soviet Union. Protect other people.
Yeah. Must protect other people.
Well, those are some of the best memes, I think, in a way. It was like, or the best jokes. I'm going to wear my raincoat to keep other people dry when it rains. Have you got an umbrella? Can you put your umbrella up to keep me dry? So I think it's illustrated throughout the meme verse exactly what happened. I'll mute my mic. Another epic little bite-sized snippet there
from Slick Rick. Sadly, the second channel, we had to take it down because of Al Gore restrictions. There is a bite-sized channel, right? It's only got 30 subscribers at the moment, and I had to stop uploading because that also got restrictions as well. But I will upload to it again. And here is the link to the Rise Above bite-sized channel, where you can go and choose to watch the little snippets at your leisure. And like I always say, they're good to share to other people who don't want to tune in to like a 6 or 7 hours. Well, I say 6 or 7. It's more like 3 or 4 hours nowadays because we're not such crazy tinfoilers. I'd like to address a comment that we got a little minute ago from someone new. Where's it gone? Someone said, "Hi, I'm new to Rise Above." Here it is, Skip. Skip says, "I'm new. What is the overall goal to goal of Rise Above?" Skip, if you're still watching, I would probably put it like this. When we started doing the show in 2020, we were obviously trying to combat the bullshit of the Soviet Union. We were trying to provide a space for people that felt alienated by what was going on and everyone that was acquiescing to it. And apart from that, you know, we are aficionados of the tinfoil kingdom. So we talk about all of these alternative topics, theories, let's say theories, but we try to do it in an entertaining and thought-provoking manner using satire, parody, memes, music, and all other types of medium. That is the Ramish way. I hope I've put that well. Chuck up the link, Lance. What do you want the link for, Spanish Chicken? The link is up now. It's on the screen. Rise Above Bite Size. I'll give you some more links now that I've got everyone's attention. It's actually really important to subscribe to our other channel, Black Market Cinema, because if I have to keep going for extensive Al Gore training every morning to keep this channel alive, it's only a matter of time before we might have to go into another channel. Black Market Cinema has got content that is not on this channel. I recommend you scan that Schwab code immediately, comrades, and you get signed up to that channel. We also have a channel called the HR Department. The HR Department is not about going down the rabbit hole. It is not a tinfoil-based production. The HR Department is about travel. It's about good living. It's about holistic wellness. It's all travel vlogs and stuff like that. Myself and the Empress. It's a feel-good channel. So please subscribe to that one. What else have we got here? Rise Above is also on TikTok. So all of the shorts, all of the reels, we've got those on TikTok as well. And if we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're able to broadcast live on TikTok, which would be fantastic because that's going to bring a lot more viewers to the show, to our special little place on a Friday night where we get to meet, chat in the comment section, chew the rabbit, and basically dissect all of the rubbish that's getting thrown directly at our meat suits. Thought Criminal says, "What about Rumble?" I think I've got a Rumble channel. I think we're broadcasting to Rumble right now. No one watches. I always have this conversation with people about the alternative sites. I have tried it with them. What's the other one? Odyssey. I believe we broadcast to there. We broadcast to Twitch. The fact is, as soon as you come off YouTube, we're going to lose 90% of our viewership. That's the fact. So we're going to stay on here as long as we can, because you know this is the largest broadcast station on the internet. This is how we reach the most people. And apart from that, the ducking and diving and the linguo schwabbery that we have to do to evade Al Gore on a regular basis, that's part of the allure of Rise Above. The Ralphabet, the Ramish slang, that's all part of the whole thing. So if we went onto a station where we could literally say whatever we wanted, I don't know, would Rise Above lose its spark? Would it lose its zest? I don't know. You know, at some point, maybe we won't be on YouTube anymore, but for now, we'll be as long as we possibly can. Here's a good one. This came to me, again, back when we were doing the customer services, and I didn't get to show it. Let me just get rid of that QR code so you can see what I'm talking about fully here. This is a new one. Could liquid trees be a game changer for urban air pollution? Yeah, this is real. This is not a meme. I believe these are real photos and they're really in cities already. liquid trees in some sort of like glass tank. This has got this. I double triple checked that this was real. It definitely is. Air pollution is a growing concern in urban areas worldwide, with dire consequences for human health and the environment. Belgrade, Serbia is no exception, being the 4th most polluted city in the country. In an effort to combat this problem, scientists have developed an innovative solution: the liquid tree, an urban photobioreactor that harnesses the power of microalgae to improve air quality. Maybe these are concept photos, but as far as I can see, they're fully planning to start installing these if they haven't already done it. Spanish Chicken says that is not a fucking tree. Yeah, it's not a tree, it's microalgae. I mean, let me play devil's advocate for a moment. I do believe when we were taught in school about the production of oxygen around the planet, and one of the things when we first started to learn, don't cut down the rainforest, they produce all the oxygen. It was always said that actually they only produce like a tiny percentage of it. Most of the oxygen on the planet is produced by algae in the oceans. This was what was always said. This is not Ramish philosophy. This is like mainstream clown world science. Maybe we were being primed for the day that they do literally cut down all the trees and they're replaced with like tanks of microalgae. I personally can't see how a tank with microalgae can produce as much oxygen as a tree. But what do I do? I'm the emperor of the tinfoil kingdom. What would I possibly know about anything like that? Okay, so we've been broadcasting for 2 hours. I don't think I've actually done too bad, considering that I've been running solo. I haven't got my trusty compadre here, but I have got some more bite size. So let's see what else Slick Rick has served up for us. Let's try this one. Trademark your name. This is going to be the last one for this evening. Don't forget, guys, we are back next week with Jason Archaics, and it's going to be groundbreaking. Is Billy still with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Is another call coming through? Have you accepted that call? Said no.
Billy's on hold.
Oh, you put Billy on hold? Have you
I did, and then it's gone anyway.
Oh, right. Okay, so you just basically cut Billy off.
No, I put him on hold, and he's just
getting back.
I'm going to get him back.
Did I say Alex Jones was calling us?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I know we've got someone else calling in.
Oh, just accept it. It's a free for all. It's a call in. Hello, welcome to Rise Above.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Hello, we've met. Andy, you did me a cracking deal on a hoodie and a T-shirt.
Oh, is that the dark card?
Oh yes, I remember. Yeah.
Hello there.
How are we doing?
I think you just barged everyone out of the Skype line and just got straight through.
Listen. Some powers, right, take the path of more resistance and get through every time.
Is that right?
Apparently so. I do apologise. Did I interrupt there? I've stepped out of the
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like Lance said, it's a free-for-all. Shout out to Billy Watson. It's great to talk to you, my man.
So to be clear, it was customer service, right? So you're at my beck and call. You're like a civil servant now, yeah?
Well, we work for the people.
I mean, don't worry, I'm not a civilian, so it's okay. But I'm just saying, if that's the level we're at, it's all good. I spoke to you in the woods briefly, Lance. I thought,
yes, you did.
I get so sick of my own voice sometimes, and I thought, well, the best thing I can do is really, because I speak to so many people about this. I thought, why not just have a bit of a group one tonight? I'm a bit tired, but I thought I'd give a quick call.
Of course, get it off your chest, mate.
So thanks, because it's a gripe. I've got a gripe. So this is my gripe. It's and this is the problem to anyone that's listening. It's one of those gripes that, sometimes like when you watch the almighty, the Juan, amongst others, the Vag, and you're listening to something and you're like, I'm not buying that. I don't buy that. No, that's too much of a, that's a coincidence, or whatever. And then you listen a little bit more and you're like, oh, hang on a minute. That that all makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And you very quickly start to learn that actually the only way through some things is to have a little listen. And even when you're thinking, oh, I don't know, have a little listen, because it might come round to something far bigger than what you initially imagined.
Listen, right, when I've been doing research over the years, even 10 years ago and stuff like that, when I fucking knew what was going on, I would look into something and then I might either believe it or disbelieve it, but then I can go around in 2-3 years and look at it again and change my mind, because I've gained other knowledge from other things and then come to the conclusion that is
like the Earth not being a round spinning ball.
Whatever.
God. By the way, can I?
But
just
no one
say,
should be
like,
ashamed of that. For do you know what I mean? It's that's what research is. It's
I don't
everyone's
even think
looking for the truth.
you get to a point where you just don't. The last thing on your mind every day is that we're on a round ball. You're just not on one. We're not 100% sure what it is. We know that, but it's just not, is it? It's just all a fucking lie. Anyway. Side note. My gripe is to do with grammar and English, and people might think this is a little bit boring initially, but I'm going to run through it. Can you give me a minute to do this?
Of course. Yeah, go on.
Let me talk to you about the grammarians of the world. The people that cannot be tested, the people that you cannot change unless you're in the Swabian Empire and you're allowed to change what things mean. So let's go back to the grammarians, who we can't mess about with. And this is the bit that will bore you for about a minute, but get over it because it's worth it. It's important. This is the underpinning of it.
We'll stick with it.
Yeah. Hang with it. It's worth it. Trust me, I've followed it. I'm trying to disprove it, and I can't. I've been on it too long now. So basically, in grammar, you can only write your name. I know it's this straw man thing. Ignore that for a second because it's bigger than that. But the straw man thing is basically this. Your name can only be written in capital letters in 4 ways in English grammar. 4 ways only. 4 ways in the entire realm. This cannot be spelt any other way grammatically correctly. It just can't be. It can't be. It can spell 4 ways. One is sign language, finger spelling. You write it on the palm of your hand in capital letters with hyphens. But because you're not spelling your name Lance with hyphens, it ain't finger spelling because it would be debased. So, all right, it's not that. How else are they spelling your name? Is it legalese? Well, show me the legal dictionary with the reference for the name Lance and what the meaning of the name Lance is, because I don't understand legalese. They can't. There's 2 ways left. An acronym. What does Lance stand for? That's not a thing. It doesn't. It's not an acronym. The only other way you could write your name, this is just an interesting in the background, is as an implied or declared limited company. Sainsbury's, BMW, General Electric, Spar, whatever you want, always capital letters. Interesting point and essential as well. Ford, when you look at the trademark, the logo, they've captured every letter in uppercase and lowercase under a trademark. So you can't mess with it either way. But the company name, a company's house, will be capital letters. There's only 2 companies under England Limited in the whole entire world. That's Companies House and Trademarks House. They own everything. They own it all. They have to. Nike can only have 1 company in the whole world. And an interesting fact is a limited company is a legal dead entity. So given that there can only be 1 in the entire world, surely your legal dead entity, the capital letters that you are, the very name that's been traded on the stock exchange for your entire life, your weight in gold in fiat currency, plus what they estimated you were going to earn in your life, which is why your father's name is on your birth certificate or your certified copy of an entry. It's not even called a birth certificate. And they've been trading you this whole time as a company. Well, there's only one thing that company can be, ladies and gentlemen. There's 55 million people looking at what's going wrong in the legal system. They're looking at the law system. Forget legal. Go straight to law, go straight to companies. There's only one person that can own you. At the moment, it's the Crown. When you buy that, so if you went and bought McDonald's tomorrow, you'd be a satanic billionaire. But no one owns Lance Limited at the moment. So when you buy it and you make it dormant, that means you put it. So I tell you what it's like. It's like it's an ecclesiastical side here. You've got the financial side, all the the banks and everything. This is the birth certificate stuff, but you've also got the ecclesiastical side. So we're closing down your trust It's like your citizenship, Lance, for instance, with capital letters on the side of the ship, like it is on all ships because it's a dead entity, is sailing around the maritime waters of the United Kingdom at the moment. You haven't realised it's full of money, but the private companies, the pirates, are jumping on and off and getting all their payments off of it. You didn't even know your boat was there. So now what you've done is you've bought your boat for 13 quid, your company, and you've tied it to the land, HMRC, England's, Her Majesty's Revenues and Customs. So you've now got your ship, you own it, and you've made it dormant. It costs you £13 a year. When you make something dormant, you put an executor on the door. That means that this executor stands on the boat, the door of your boat. No one can get on your boat anymore. No one can take anything off that boat. You bought it. All bills before you bought that boat are now nothing to do with you. All bills moving forward, forget about it. You can't get on the boat. There's an executor on the door. It's dormant. That is a stalemate in the legal world. Game over. Never let your
Could you just repeat
company,
what costs £13 a year? So people are asking.
Fucking mate, it's £13 a year. And do you want to know what else?
What is it?
To buy your shit back.
What's the name of it? How do you do it?
Okay, so let me tell you a few things that cost £13 a year because they're the same thing, ecclesiastical and legal. The first thing is your confirmation statement at the church. So that's why you're meant to do it for the first 7 years. That's why the royals do theirs, to prove that you're living. And it costs £13. If you want to buy a limited company, go onto Google or wherever you want to go, Google, and type in limited company, company's house. It'll bring it up. Don't go anywhere else other than the government website because there's time to close down what they've done to you. You want to talk about owning your stuff. When you do this, they can't bill you anymore. It's game over. I'm nearly 18 months into this, and I'm telling you now, it's dying down. And I went through a lot of turbulence. I've even had 2 bailiffs come to my door who say, see you later. You're looking for a company. The name is on the door.
I remember chatting to you about this at Equinox, and we had a brief talk for 5 or 10 minutes about it.
But I'm doing it, man.
Mate, it's really good. Do you know what you should do? You should do a presentation on this.
It's so.
You should put together a proper presentation because people need to know about this. If you know, obviously,
we document what's happened.
Let me show you the end game. Let me show you the 2-part end game. I won't go through the detail, but let me show you the end game because it's hard. This is when I said you have to hold for a sec. Watch this. You buy the company that differentiates you from the living and the capital letters. That's the company. So you own that dormant. Then you trademark it for 170 quid, uppercase, lowercase, whatever you want, all of it. They can't write to you anymore unless they pay your trademark, which, you know, you can charge that 50 million a year if you want. And then you go and get an enrolled deed poll for your name, but you change it to uppercase, lowercase. You hyphenate it slightly so that it's like a twin first name and just a surname because that's a legal entity. When you do all of this, not only do you shut down the trust, which stops them trading and making all that money on you, you're worth millions. When you die, they go to the coroner, the crown, and they cash in your death certificate. You're worth loads of money dead to them, a lot of money. So you've got that side of it. The other side is, what about the trust, ladies and gentlemen? You're worth millions. The way you access it is with the financial security instrument that is the birth certificate. But that's as far as I am. I've got the 3 documents I know of at the moment. I know there's a lot of people looking at this. There's a little academy I joined. And when we figure it out, you will understand how to access your own account at the Treasury because that's what the banks do for your mortgages. They use your birth certificate to access your Treasury. That's why it takes 3 days. I've got someone that can't pay her mortgage anymore. When she pays it back, they go to put the 500 odd back into her Sesta QV trust. The other 500 goes off to them as their sweat equity interest in her. They're putting the other 500 back in because no one can hold it. They can't get it back in her trust. So what I'm saying is it's deep. It's deep. There's a big financial thing at the end where we could get the money that we're owed. And on top of that, there's a method here where within their very system, they're billing a limited company. They have to. So if you own it and make it dormant and understand what you've done and trademark it, they pretty much can't bill you because if they're making money out of your name, that's a trademark infringement. It's a big problem for them. I'll say no more. But I wanted to just get it off my chest.
Interesting angle, I must say, mate. And I wish you the best of luck with it. So you say you're
I'm gonna
18 months.
Keep us updated and keep documenting what's happening.
Yeah.
So I'd like to hear
I'll
about it.
update you. I'll keep up to date. Guys, I'm going to let you go. That was a long time, but to touch on it, next time I'll let you know how things are going because I'm getting near to that point now.
Have you got like if anyone listening or in the comments is interested in this, is there some way, have you got like a website or something to point them to?
No. What I would do is I would say this to them. I'm standing on the shoulders of absolute giants. The guy that I learned from, it took me about 3.5 months. It was all on YouTube, completely free, but he took it all. Someone took the piss. He's taken it all down. He's turned it into a Patreon because they started trying to set up like trust things on Telegram and make money. He's not about that. He's about educate yourself. This system's coming down. Make sure you got your paperwork. Not that it matters, but it's going to help you. And it was the Hornsey Wood Academy. Now, the only way you're going to get, I'm lucky because I thought this is all going to go down. There was 170 Teams calls up on YouTube, but they all went down. I got the lot off before they went. I knew they'd go one day. But what I would say is he's got a Patreon group. I'm not promoting him in any way, shape or form. All I'm saying is this is my journey. I started listening to him and I got out of my Soviet Union tumble dryer and I used the skill set I'd learned on researching to apply it to this. Within 3.5 months, I owned all my legal fictions and I own my sons. I'm well on my journey. And I totally believe what they're saying is true. I'm convinced until someone proves me otherwise. And other people say it too. A lot of these other guys you interview, I noticed them coming around a little bit to this as well. I've even spoken with some on the Hornsey Wood Academy. That was where I learned. So if anyone wants to learn, you have to look it up. It's a Patreon thing. It's Hornsey Wood, HORNSEY. WOOD, Hornsey Wood Academy. I'm not promoting him. I'm just saying for me, he was it's about having, like with you guys, I find you really palatable. When you saw me up in the woods, can we just digress? Equinox.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Did you have a good time?
Jeez, did I have a good time? Lance, did I have a good time?
I saw you had a good time, mate.
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
I had to leave my mate stuck in the middle of a field laughing in some kind of time bubble, right? I managed to climb what I call the mountain. It wasn't. It just depends what frame of mind you're in. But I'll come up to you guys and I'm like, all right, Lance, how are we doing? You're like, oh, yeah, all right, mate. I'm like, spangled on love, we'll say. We're spangled on love. And what's his name? What's the little guy with the glittery beard he had on his face? Oh my God, this is me. I'm never like that. I'm like, right, everyone, free stop security. Everyone get here now. Come in. You are this guy is suspicious. You are suspicious.
I remember it very well.
I'm so sorry. I was absolutely I was in another dimension.
You're just enjoying yourself, man. That's the power of Ra.
It turns out he was in exactly the same dimension. We just hadn't passed correctly. And I was like, oh my God, the next day we were all cuddling and that. And he's like, mate, you were spangled. I'm like, I can't imagine what you must have thought. I didn't know what I thought. It was crazy. It was great, mate. Had a fantastic time.
Awesome.
And thank you ever so much for putting it on.
No worries, mate. I hope you come to the event in September.
Yeah, I don't know if Ireland's ready for me, but all others maybe.
No, we've got one near. We've got one near Hastings as well in September.
Yeah, I half the workforce get lifts down with me, right? They work flat out. You know what I'm on about.
It's all good, mate.
Yeah, lovely. Had a great time. I'll leave you to it, guys.
All right, thanks for calling in, bro.
Lots of love. Take care.
Take care. That was an awesome call. Big up Dark Card. Again, I totally forgot about that conversation. And for sure, we would like to hear some backup on that story. So how is that going for him? Because that is very, very interesting stuff, and that's certainly the kind of approach that we like to foster here on Rise Above. I think I've done all right doing a solo show tonight. Thank you very much for the feedback and everything, and to everyone that's been tuned in. Let me see if I've got just one more bite. I'll tell you what. Yeah, we've got one more bite size for you. Let's have a look. we have had some new terms, some new
Ramish language.
Ramish vocab has been added in the last 18 months from new happenings, new levels of understanding that we've come to. And every 50 episodes, I think that should become a thing.
I think it's important that people understand our language, because it's, you know, you got to teach people your language, haven't you?
Because you know, we do want to attract new visitors, new viewers, and new regulars. And it's important that they do have a full understanding of everything we talk about, because we can't say things plainly and clearly because of Al Gore.
You have to know the dance steps, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Otherwise, you're just going to get flattened on the dance floor. Al Gore's just going to bogle all over you.
He's going to do the foxtrot over your ass.
He's going to do the foxtrot over your ass. Got anything for O? Comment section.
Come on.
Can we get an O?
You're fucking with me.
What?
We said we weren't doing every letter.
What have I missed?
Well, Omer Beats. Yeah, but everyone knows who Omer Beats is.
We don't need to establish Omer Beats in the alphabet. No. These are new terms that have come around since the last alphabet episode, which was episode 50, by the way, guys. Let's point that out. Yeah. It was 50 episodes ago, so it was actually more than a year, probably more like 18 months since we last put anything down with regards to the Ramish vocabulary. Anyone? Auntie Kovic saying Omer Beats. That's too obvious.
No.
Yeah, he's a cult director. He's a director in Umbrella Corps.
Yeah. Okay. So unless we have any more O's, I will move on. O is no more O's for 2023. Okay. P.
This is for the.
Yeah. O P.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is
P.
for the P is for the Phoenix event.
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix event.
So the Phoenix reset. Before we learnt about resets, or started even having the idea of mud floods and melted buildings and things getting burnt by some sort of
restructuring of the realm.
We always heard about Phoenix in mythology, and it was a firebird.
The Phoenix rises from the ashes.
Yeah, it burns. It burns things, then it comes up again, and it's like maybe in some sort of cycle. So now we've got this extra layer of context that's thrown on the top by researchers, mainly Jason Archaics is talking about the Phoenix reset, and now obviously a lot of other people too. Whether you take it word for word, it's a very, very powerful concept.
Word for word, letter for letter.
Yeah, exactly. Word for word, letter for letter. Bigger, badder, better. It's very poignant that as time goes on, more and more people are showing these mountains, which are clearly huge melted buildings. Very clear.
Yeah. There's like petrified tree stumps and stuff like that, which, you know.
So whether this image of this firebird is some sort of pictorial representation, some sort of metaphor for a phenomenon,
symbolic,
a piece of technology that comes in the sky and has flames, who knows? I would say that's probably quite a likely.
A cloaked mechanical device.
Yeah, that just appears.
Yeah. What Archaic says it's always there.
Always there.
It's always there. It's just ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go to spray a part of the petri dish, a part of the crater. This bit's infected.
Oh, politics.
But that's just politics. Okay, so P is for Phoenix event.
Better you just cut it off.
Okay. Yeah, better to just cut it off. Okay, Q.
Quantum gardening.
Quantum gardening.
Yes, mate.
Very good, Andy PG. Q is for quantum gardening.
We didn't get that one, did we?
No, we didn't get that one. That's very upsetting. What is quantum gardening? Well, in my interpretation of quantum gardening is obviously looking in the quantum field, which is metaphysical, it can be digital, it can be mental, and gardening, which involves a form of energy harvesting.
Yes,
really with planting seeds and growing, sprouting spurts of reconstituted essence, should we say, through creation, right? Can I get a button for that?
Yeah, I'm finding one that's
finding something appropriate. So,
summon your inner Statham.
I think I just summoned my inner Statham with that explanation. So for me, like quantum gardening could be something as simple as freelance meme farming, going through the internet and picking out memes that I can use to great effect in a swab show on a Friday night.
Harvesting headlines for Clown World news reporting.
I'd say also quantum. Your biggest quantum gardening will be turning that information into lyrics.
Thank you. Yeah. I guess so. But in case anyone hasn't
noticed, that you make after the farming process has been
Well,
done.
that's sort of like skinning the
Lance's
fillet off the top.
artisan product.
It's what it got. That's like some rabbit juice right at the end.
Handmade Ramish artwork.
Ramish artwork, yeah. And in case anyone hasn't noticed, I have recently been trying to squeeze a lot more of the Ramish theology into my bars. I hope it's coming across. So R is for the Ramish. What's Ramish? I hear you cry. Ramish is it's us. It's a way of living. It's an understanding. It's a movement.
It's a breakaway society.
It's a breakaway society. It's a breakaway civilization.
Similar to the Amish, but
yeah,
no, it's not a cult. It's not a cult.
It's similar to the Amish.
We joke that it's a cult. It's not. It's a breakaway civilization for people who don't want to live
in clown world.
In clown world, yeah. The way the majority of society lives.
We accept all manner of refugees from clown world.
Absolutely.
Anyone that is fleeing the peasant first, black, white, Cuban,
even
Asian,
if you're late to
Christian,
the party.
Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, you're welcome to come and be Ramish. All you have to do is basically loosely align with the
Ramish ideology.
The way
anti-clown world.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be a full on 33rd initiate of Abba-Vrizian theology.
No, that takes a long time.
Yeah,
to
that's like that's like the Ramish mystery school.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're like the higher levels, and you start to get really into the exactly the mystery.
Basically, if you know it's all bullshit, just be Ramish.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are essentially Ramish without even knowing it.
Do what you like to do. Just don't submit to clown world.
Sterling words there from Andy PG. Sterling words. And I'm just going to remind everyone, after next week's show, where we have Jason Archaics back on the show again, the week after is December the 29th. Oh, hello. Is that Hermes or Apollo? Hermes has joined me in the studio. I've left the door open. We are having a little a Ramish soiree here at Rise Above HQ. We're having a number of DJs in the studio. It's going to be called New Year's Ra. It's going to be on the Friday, the 29th, 2 days before New Year's Eve. So remember, we are broadcasting live for the next 2 weeks. Guys, that's about it. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by on a Friday night with me hosting the show solo and doing my very best to keep it smooth and to keep it technically competent with the absence of my co-host. Hermes doesn't want to come and help me on the buttons. He'll tear the shit out of the Queef Master. Okay, guys, right. I'll see you lot next week where we have the AIX. Let me just get it up. I've got to get the graphic up. And it's not even this one either. Let me just get rid of these comments. It's the AIX Christmas special, AIXmas special with Jason Archaics. Where's it gone? Here it is. This is next week. This is big. Tell your friends about it. Tell your nan. We'll see you next Friday at 9 p.m. Rise Above.
Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Go study history. Go study history. Politicians, professors and scientists, controlled by some rioters. Through 2 world wars they've been trying it. Corporate investment, no matter who the finalists. Don't believe me? Go study history. Check the activity of bloodline dynasty. Sumer, Egypt and Rome. Consistently pan-European imperial misery. World conflicts enact social change, so they want it. But we must abstain, acquiesce, and you're in for a world of pain. A workhouse where you dream of a minimum wage. That's the plan, but it's closer than you think. We'd be there now if it wasn't for the cosmic shift. They're panicking, the game is up. It's all illusion, the only truth is love. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? This goes deep cause they rewrote the history books. You can't quote how the real history looks. Empires fried from the lands they took. We're in the same boat, it's kept afloat by crooks. Been the same way for more than 1,000 years. There's no love here, all you're allowed is fear. Break through the clouds so the sky is clear. Satanic whispers hidden in the sounds of prayers. Dark suits, cold hearts, no empathy. Fill positions of power in our embassy. Stone circles and burning effigies. Chanting mantras to bring forth energies. Secret meetings that map out our destinies. Hooded figures, manifest entities. Pollute our minds so we got no memory. For centuries helplessly trapped by the treachery. Don't believe me? Obelisks and illuminated torches. Landmarks of malevolent forces. Sorcerers aim to contain your mind state. Open your eyes where you're already blind, mate. You want the truth, better ask and why. Your worldview got squeezed through a needle's eye, and here's the proof. They extinguish lives, conflicts built on evil lies, no surprise. We don't know of no agenda, disguised from the light from the moment you enter. Survival of flight, you're a lifelong member. That's right, since they sliced the placenta. Now, welcome to the slave race. Very few will ever find out how the game's played. Unless you wake up, keep on playing it. They look at me and think, why is he saying it? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Go study. Don't believe me? Go study history. Go